All right, we are gonna be solving, or well, beginning to solve Secret of the Old Clock today. We'll see how much we're able to get through. I don't think today's gonna be a super long stream, but I'm excited to get started. I played this one in the relay race, which I'm trying to think when even that was. Wait, I'm looking. It was in February. I was like, I know it was at the beginning of the year. So I got my speed run down pretty fairly well for this one, but it'll be fun to do a little more actual exploration. So this is going to be a fun one, a nice light way to spend a Wednesday evening. And as always, we're doing Junior Detective because we love a task
the road
list.
to Titusville, where we find Nancy Drew
Hi,
behind
the
the
good
wheel
vanilla.
of a
I love this game
roadster,
too.
pondering this question.
I
Why
feel
did Emily
like
Crandall,
this game
a girl
gets a
whom
bad
Nancy
rap.
knows only through
I
their
think it's so
mutual
fun.
friend
It's
Helen
lighthearted.
Corning,
For the
asked
most
Nancy to
part,
drive
I
all
actually
the way
think
out
that
to
this
the
culprit
lilac
is
inn to
like the
see
most
her. Does it have
despicable
something to
culprit.
do with the fact that Emily's mother died early a month
She's definitely
earlier,
up there,
leaving
but
Emily to run the restaurant with only her
overall the
guardian
game
to
is
help
light.
her?
The soundtrack is
More
fun.
important, why,
It's
when she called,
spring
did Emily
outside.
sound
It's
so
just a fun one.
desperate? The spunky teenager
You feel like
turns
everyone
off
likes
the
this
main
game? I
road,
feel like whenever I see
blissfully unaware
anybody's
that
like
Emily isn't
tier
all but
ratings,
waits
it
her
always
at the
gets
end
like
of the
B or
driveway.
C tier,
No, Nancy
which is like
Drew is
not
about to get her
terrible,
first
but
taste of
I
the
feel like it's a
mystery,
very mid
intrigue,
game
and
for a
adventure
lot of
that are to
people.
become her destiny.
Environment and vibes are impeccable. I completely agree. All right. So I'm going to show you guys like my save files for, for speed running. Just in case my game crashed, which thankfully it didn't. All right, so let's check in with Carson first thing. Let's be a good good daughter.
I'd like to
and
talk
call
to
Dad.
Carson Drew. His number is KL57187.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game to put on when you don't want anything too challenging and just want to chill. I agree.
Carson Drew speaking.
I think
Hi,
it's
Dad.
fun because
Well,
like
I see you got to Titusville.
you
okay.
can do a
The car
lot of
ran like a
things, I
It
feel
ought
like,
to. That's
that
a
don't
fine
necessarily
car. You treat it well, it'll treat you well.
further the mystery.
Listen, as it turns
Like you
out,
can
I
just like waste a
called
lot
her
of
and left a
time
message
playing
for you to call
mini
me.
golf. Oh
You
no,
did?
wait, I turned
I
off
need to get
the
some documents from a colleague over there.
I turned
I
off the
thought since you were in
captions.
the
I have to go
area,
back
you
into the
could
menu
pick 'em
after
up.
this conversation
They've
and do
been
that.
paying
It's still off from
Sure.
speed running.
What's the
But yeah,
address?
you can do like mini
Said he'd
golf
just leave
or
them for you at
running
the telegraph office.
the telegrams
Just drive through
around.
town
I just
and
feel
look
like you
for
can just
Tubby telegrams.
chill more in
Said
this
you can't
game, which
miss
is,
Will
I
do.
think,
These papers are extremely important,
not super
Nancy.
I
common
will pick them up, Dad.
outside of like actually
Remember,
like playing
watch your
like,
gas
you know,
gauge
mini
and get
games like
gas when
aggregation
you're
or
low,
barnacle
so you
blast or
don't
something
run
like
out.
that.
And try to avoid
Which you won't
potholes.
ever catch
The
me
more
playing
you
Barnacle
hit,
Blast
the
for
likely
fun.
it is you'll wind up with a
But I do
flat.
like
Yes,
aggregation.
Dad.
And if you do get a flat, take
Yeah,
it
I
off and
agree.
put on your spare, and then head
Games
straight
like
to the
that where you
gas
can just
station
live
and
in the
get it
game for a
fixed.
bit are
Yes,
really fun and
Dad.
immersive.
All right, lecture over. Have you found out why Miss Crandall asked you to visit?
I wanted to call you first.
You've done your daughterly duty. Now go see Emily. And after that,
I know. Pick up those documents.
that's my girl.
Goodbye, Dad.
Take care.
Bye, Dad. Okay. Game set
The
up,
year
and we're gonna turn
1930.
closed captioning
The
back
place,
on.
the
And that should do it. This game always makes me just want that coziness of just like a nice slice of homemade
hello.
pie.
I'll bet my bloomers you're Nancy Drew.
That's right. Are you Emily's guardian?
You got it. I'm Jane Willoughby. I'm Emily's guardian, but only for the next
You wouldn't have
3
minded if
months
they'd
until
set
she
another
turns 18.
Nancy Drew game
Then
in
she's
this or
on
another
her
time
own.
period. Yeah, I think it would be fun to kind
it
of
smells
do
like someone's
like
been
maybe like a
baking
decades
pies.
run or
Pies are
something.
the lilac
We
inn
have books
specialty.
from all
We
the
get orders
decades,
from
you
all
know, from
over.
30s
Oh,
through
that
present
reminds me,
days,
your
so I
father
feel like it would be
called.
kind of fun
You're
to do it
supposed
that
call
way.
him. You can use
There's
the
no real
phone on the
explanation as to
porch.
why
I
Nancy's
already
suddenly in
talked to him, but
1930s, so
thanks
I
for
don't
the
think they
message.
would need
I
a
didn't say
rationale
anything
for
about
why
you
she's suddenly in
coming until just this
1940 or
morning.
1950.
Is it okay that I'm here?
I think it would be fun to kind
Don't
of
get
have
me
her
wrong. She can invite anybody
be
here she
in
wants.
all the
It's
different
just that
time
she's
periods that we've
gotten
actually,
so darn forgetful
I was going to say
lately.
seen, but more realistically read Nancy solve a case in.
Maybe she's just, still thinking about her mom.
She misses her mom, that's for sure. So do I. Gloria and me, we were best friends, you know? The two of us ran this swell little dress shop over in Capital City. But then she got hitched and I didn't. And the next thing I know, she's writing me saying it would sure take a load off her mind if I could take care of her little girl should something ever happen to her.
It was nice of you to say yes.
It was nice of you
I
to say
couldn't
yes.
say no. I mean,
yeah,
what
like,
are best friends
how do you
for?
say no to that?
I just wish I knew
Oh,
how to
I think you're going to need to
help
find
them.
somebody else to take care of your child. Sorry. I mean, realistically, if you can't do that, if you know yourself well enough to be like, I'm not cut out to be a guardian, fabulous, you know, say it. But
Help her do what?
I don't know. I feel like you
She's
kind of got to
been
say yes
acting
if you've got your best
so-
friend asking you to
Look,
watch after
go
their
talk
child
to
if
her.
anything happens
She
to
probably
them.
just needs to spend some time with a bear cat like you instead of some dumb Dora like me. Go on up. She's in her room. Just make like a Boy Scout and be prepared.
I love how they just like pepper in all of the little sayings. Not a dumb Dora like me. Make like a Boy Scout and be prepared. Don't take any wooden nickels. Like Magazine, April 5th, 1930. Clever Hans, what he taught his master and us. Late last century, a retired teacher named Wilhelm von Austen set out to prove that animals are far more intelligent than commonly believed, and that they are perfectly capable of adding, subtracting, even telling time, provided they receive the proper education. He bought a horse called Hans and proceeded to teach him arithmetic as if he were a schoolboy, using carrots instead of a hickory stick to elicit the desired responses. Amazingly, within 2 years, Hans was able to give the answers to mathematical problems by pawing the ground. More amazingly, the horse was almost never wrong. Von Austen was convinced that he had indeed taught his horse arithmetic, and for years it seemed to everyone who saw Clever Hans in action that von Austen was right. Of particular interest to the scientific community was the fact that the horse was able to give the correct answer even when von Austen was not present, which ruled out the possibility that his master was perpetrating a hoax by giving him subtle hand or voice signals. But finally, a scientist named Oskar Pfungst observed that Hans gave the correct answer, that is, he pawed the ground the correct number of times, only when someone whom the horse could see knew the answer to the problem that had been posed. This meant the horse was indeed reacting to visual cues. Eventually, Funks proved that Hans' cleverness lay not in his math skills, but in his uncanny ability to perceive tiny, involuntary body movements. When the pawing horse reached the correct answer, the people around him would react, albeit unconsciously. A slight nod of the head, a relaxing of the shoulders, a straightening of the back, all were cues which to Hans meant that it was time to stop pawing and enjoy the carrot that was sure to be forthcoming. Von Austen, who all along had unwittingly been providing his wonder horse with the correct answers, died 5 years later, far too disillusioned and humiliated to appreciate the invaluable lesson that his misadventure in equine education had inadvertently taught the rest of us. That was a very long sentence. Thanks to Hans, we now know that what people do without being aware that they are doing it can often speak volumes. And thanks to his master, we know that if a man wants to believe that something is truly something is true badly enough, he'll often unconsciously find a way to make it true. But like Hans, the more observant we are, the more likely it is that we'll pick up on the cues that the believer is inadvertently providing us with, cues that will ultimately allow us, like Funks, to discern fact from fancy. Foreshadowing. Did I read any of the 4 books this game is based on? What are the 4 books? I thought it was just The Secret of the Old Clock, which I read when I was quite young. I have not revisited that in a long time, so probably if I read it, I'd be like, oh, this is missing a lot of things or completely different from the game. But I know I read Secret of the Old Clock. It's the first 4 books. I know I for sure read the first 2, but I don't know if I for sure read the 3rd and the 4th. I did not read all of the yellow books. I actually read most of the more modern books when I was younger. Old Clock, Hidden Staircase, The Bungalow Mystery, Lilac Inn. I don't think I ever read The Bungalow Mystery. I know I read Old Clock and The Hidden Staircase. I might have read The Lilac Inn. There's the pun, you've read The Mystery Lilac Inn multiple times. Maybe I should pick it up. All right, Titusville Tattler, hobo sign language becoming widespread. Radio scene is one of the biggest branches of the show business. 9th planet discovered, named Pluto. Shout out to Pluto. New York Supreme Court justice vanishes. Okay, I feel like that should be a larger article than this little box here. It's kind of a big deal. Main Street 5 and 10 forced to close up shop. General manager reports these tough economic times bear the blame. Huge meteor crash lands in Arkansas. County creamery survives near direct impact. A miracle, farmer says. Yeah, I feel like I think the only one that I like deliberately read following gameplay is Secret of Shadow Ranch. I feel like it would be fun to see, like you said, it's interesting to see which elements of the game they took from each book. I think it'd be fun to kind of revisit like the books that these games are based on. As a number of homeless men drifting from town to town looking for handouts, okay, we're just getting judged right off the bat, increases with hard times, so does the use of peculiar signs and symbols they have developed to communicate with each other. To see these hobo symbols in action, you may well need to look no further than your own backyard. For example, is there a circle with an arrow coming out the side drawn in chalk or coal on a nearby sidewalk? It means that a hobo is telling his fellow vagrants to go this way. If the arrow is drawn through the circle, then he's telling fellow vagrants do not go this way. Is there a circle with an X in the middle on your fence? Then expect visitors because it indicates that this is a good place for a handout. A plain empty circle might be more to your liking, for it means nothing here. What follows are some of the most common symbols and their meanings, so the next time you see one on a fence, wall, or railroad trestle, you'll be in the know. And we'll need to come back and revisit these. The cross-dressing is from Lilac Inn. Okay. I noticed a trend for myself that I really enjoy the, like, dead characters. Like the historical characters, like Josiah Crowley. I love Dirk and Francis in Secret of Shadow Ranch, Jake and Camille in Last Train. I just feel like I love the historical backstories oftentimes more than the actual like mystery itself. Okay, so I speed ran this game on Senior, so the puzzles will be a little different.
Wonder what this mirror's doing in here.
I love how the mirrors are always angled away from Nancy. Should we actually do this time? I feel like all the things that I'm like, oh, I know what this is. I'm like, well, we might as well. Why not? Okay. So what's going to be the hardest one to do? So we have to get, I think, blue in before we do red, which this always confuses me because I feel like I see the headband and I'm like, oh, that's a green, oh, that's yellow, but it's the hair. So I think if we get blue in, yellow obviously can go in last. That's going to be the easiest one to get in. Okay, I don't know, let's just start playing. Hi, Kimmy. Maximum coziness achieved because it's once again raining while I stream. I love it. Maximum coziness. Okay, let's get blue over and then down where he belongs so that way we can get red where he belongs, and then yellow can just go right down into his spot. Nice. Keen. Bard Bounce, a game based on A Midsummer Night's Dream, a play by William Shakespeare. Do Shakespeare proud by using the arrows to move each man to the woman with whom he belongs. Remember, love is never easy. Whenever you move someone, he will keep going till he hits an obstacle, another character, or the end of the row, so plan ahead. Okay, I suppose we should go talk to Emily now. Check in with her since, you know, she's why we're here. The Lilac Inn is so cute, though. I would love to stay here.
Nancy, hi. Welcome to the Lilac Inn. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for that nice note you sent me when Mom died. It meant a lot to me.
Well, I lost my mom too, years ago. I kind of know how
Do
you
we know
feel.
how many times
You and
Nancy
I are
actually
not
brings up
best
her
friends or
mother?
anything, but you're still
Like
one of the
outside of
nicest
Silent
people I
Spy.
know.
How many times does she say, my mom died when I was real young too?
Well, thank you.
That's why I'm hoping you'll do me a favor. A big favor. You
Because it's
and your
definitely
dad.
more
What
than like
kind of
3.
favor?
I would even maybe say more than 5.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard something. Your father has a safe, right?
Literally anytime anyone's grieving, it's very true.
This is 1930. Lots of people have safes.
See this jewelry? I'd like you to take it home with you and put it in your father's safe.
It's beautiful.
It was my mother's. The few times I saw her wear it, she looked just like a movie star. I was hiding it here in my room, but all things considered, I'd feel a lot better if you would just take it home and have your father lock it up in his safe.
What about your guardian? Can't she take care of it?
Oh, I don't want her to know I'm doing this, so don't tell her, all right? See, strange things have been going on around here. That's all I can say. I know it sounds loony, and Jane probably told you that I've been acting loony, but please do this for me. What was that?
Emily, come downstairs, quick! The kitchen's on fire!
I love
Come
this
on,
next
we better get out
shot.
of here.
The like dramatic look over the shoulder. We better get out of here. Literally the building's on fire. And she's just fully serving face.
This is horrible, just horrible!
This is horrible.
The fire chief says the stove was completely destroyed and there's smoke damage everywhere. The inn will have to shut down for months, maybe even for good.
Will insurance cover the damage?
She's got a
I
sleigh.
asked the
It's
fire
true,
chief the
Kimmy.
same thing. He said there could be a problem.
What kind of problem?
It looked to him like one of the burners on the stove had been left on. The flame either went out or was never lit, but anyway, something made a spark and boom. He said insurance companies are very reluctant to pay out when things look hinky, and that's when times are
Hinky.
good.
Who was in the kitchen this morning?
Emily was the last person to use the stove. Like I said, she's been real forgetful lately. I think she's pretty upset. But it's not her fault. What with her mom passing away barely a month ago, and me showing up, this total stranger who doesn't know the first thing about kids or running a restaurant, and her trying to do
Do we ever
everything
find out
all
how her
by
mom
herself.
actually died?
It's just too
I
much,
don't think we
that's
do.
all. Who wouldn't go a little off their nut? I better get that.
Is
The
it maybe
line
in
to
one
the
of the
regular
books?
phone got burned up in the fire, so now the only phone we got is the coin phone on the porch.
I
Excuse
thought the
me.
same thing, Good Vanilla.
Oh,
Like, hinky? Emily's been acting strange. Strange?
My mother's jewelry!
Right.
It's gone! Someone must have stolen it while we were all downstairs. I knew something like this was going to happen. I just knew it.
You mean this sort of thing has happened
Well, I
before?
thought she can just go straight
Yes.
accusatory.
I mean, no.
You
I mean,
were the last one to
I'd
use the
rather not
stove,
say,
so...
But I will say this. I did not leave the stove on. That fire was not my
You
fault.
flip burgers?
Oh, what
Right.
am I going to do? Without that jewelry, I don't have a prayer of paying for a new stove. And without a stove, I'll have to sell the inn. And if I lose the inn... I wish Mom were still here. I wish Josiah Crowley had left us the money like he always said he was going to. That's what I wish.
Who's Josiah Crowley?
He was this old man that lived next door. He died last year. He spent most of his time here at the inn, and he led my mom and me to believe that he'd left a lot of money for us in his will. He gave us a clock, and afterwards, he'd always point to it and get this little twinkle in his eye and say, "Time will tell." But when they finally found his will, he didn't leave us a penny.
Was there a problem finding his will?
It didn't turn up for months. Then finally someone found it in a drawer in Josiah's house. Josiah was kind of a screwball. One time he showed up at my birthday party dressed as my great-aunt Harriet. I didn't know it was really him until 2 days later. Anyway, he had all these weird hobbies, and he always thought it would be really keen to read minds. Josiah invited Richard Topham to move in so Topham could help him develop his paranormal powers right there in his house.
And that's the
Josiah
only
was a sweet
reason.
old man, and I do miss him. And he was free to give his money to whomever he wanted. But to get our hopes up like that, and then leave us nothing, It just wasn't like him.
Where is Richard Topham now?
He still lives in Josiah's house, which is right down the path out back. His house and the inn were built at the same time by two brothers during the Civil War.
Is the clock in the parlor the one Josiah gave you?
Yes. I don't know why he gave it to us. It's never worked, and nobody can open it to find out why.
How many people knew you kept your mother's jewelry in here?
No one. Well, Jane, my guardian, she knew, but I didn't tell anyone else.
Was your mother's jewelry insured?
And that's not a little bit suspicious.
I forgot about that. I don't know. Jim Archer, I bet he'd know. He's our banker. I guess I should go talk to him.
Not one of your favorite people, huh?
Oh, no. Mr.
It's okay.
Archer's
He's
very
not one of my
nice.
favorite people
I mean,
either.
for a stuffy old banker. I'm just so bad at business things. And Jane, my guardian, she tries hard.
I'm just so
She's
bad
no
at business
good at it
things, but
either.
let me try to run
Maybe
this
you could
in.
go talk to him. Please? It would be such a big help.
I guess.
He runs the Main Street Bank. You can't miss it. I'll call him and tell him you're coming.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the bee's knees.
The bee's knees. Love the Ballad of Brigitte. Gloria, read this and pretty soon this fellow will be your favorite poet too. Your pal Josiah. Do we actually use this for anything? Because I feel like I never ever look at this book when I'm doing replays. I'm just like, okay, so I see, the name and I, realize that, oh, this is, her favorite poet. I mean, it's kind of odd. I'm like, are the drawings in the background referencing things that we need to know? I don't know. I actually don't know. We'll maybe come back to that if we realize that we need to
machine?
use
Actually,
that.
that belonged to my mom. She and Jane used to be dressmakers. Mom was going to teach me how to use it, but she
If this
never
game were
got
set in
the
2025,
chance.
Josiah would join a multi-level market. Oh, he probably would. Poor guy. Well, I'm glad that was not a thing. Just one guy taking advantage of him, I guess.
So, is Emily all right?
Someone stole her mother's jewelry.
What?
Did you happen to see anyone go upstairs during all the commotion that the fire caused?
No. You mean someone stole it while everybody was rushing around trying to put out the fire? Hypers! If you can't trust a fireman,
Hypers.
who can you trust?
Are you sure no one besides you and Emily was in the kitchen this morning?
Positive. Well, I suppose someone could have snuck in the back door. Are you saying someone caused that fire on purpose? To distract us?
Emily swears she turned the stove off after she used it.
But I'm the only one who knew she had that jewelry. Well, it's not quite true. When Gloria was alive, she could have told people about it, or people may have seen her wearing it. And when she died, they knew the jewelry had to be around here somewhere, right?
Does anyone in particular come to mind?
Sorry. It's been hard enough getting to know Emily, let alone anyone else in this backwater burg. Well, guess better go call the sheriff.
Is that your car I saw when I drove up the driveway?
My old rust bucket's parked out back where nobody'll see it. Be nice to buy something decent, but last time I checked, my last name was Willoughby, not Rockefeller.
Where did that barred bounce game that's in the parlor come from? Do you know?
Emily says Josiah Crowley brought it in one day and just left it. Said it was so guests, as in him, would have something to do while they waited for a table.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
You betcha.
How many people are coming and waiting for tables? Let's go ahead and save. I don't know if I have just like a regular save file. We'll make one. Okay.
Got it. Looks like someone recently had a key
One metal
appraised.
key, determine current resale value. March 11th, 1930. Does it say Topham School of Paranormal Powers? That's like a really wild business to start
Over here,
during the
Miss
Great
Drew.
Depression.
Find the toy mouse and give it to Yuri, would you please?
Like, is that really in
Otherwise, he'll
demand? Do
just
you have a
keep
lot of
meowing.
students
He
who are
hates strangers.
just throwing their expendable income on getting paranormal powers? Because that seems odd. We know he has one student. That lady who's seems to just be super easily manipulated.
Excuse me.
Guess I'd better ask permission before I go looking around.
Oh, excuse me.
How nice of you to drop by. And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
Mr. Topham,
Richard Topham at your service.
did someone tell you I was coming?
If one is to teach others how to develop and use their paranormal gifts, it's only logical that one must possess such gifts oneself.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
I was in the process of trying to make these spoons move by using nothing but my own.
Okay, question for you guys.
Have you ever focused
Do you think he
sunlight
genuinely
or magnifying
believes he has
glass
powers,
until
or
it
does
was a
he know
minute
that he's
yet
just manipulating
searing point
people?
of light, Miss Drew?
Yeah, I guess.
You see, that's what I do with my cerebral emanations.
Because I
My
kind of feel like he
thoughts.
might just
I
be
focus
delusional
them
enough to
until they're
actually
a
believe
beam
that
of
he has
pure
powers.
energy which ultimately disrupts and transforms the molecular force field surrounding the target object.
And you can actually make objects move?
Yes. Well, on occasion. As I tell my students,
I know,
increasing
he's
one's
so
rate of
overconfident.
success is
He
simply a
very
matter of
well
practice.
could be just like putting up a front and just, using that as a manipulation tactic, but also I kind of feel like he's just not bright enough to be able to tell. Do you have a lot
Do you
of students?
have
That's
a
what I
lot of
want to know.
students?
Oh, indeed. I take them through exercises designed to help them increase
Quantify
their
that
output of
answer.
phantasmic energy.
How many
if you want to
students do
sign
you
up for an
have?
introductory session, I believe I have an opening today.
What I'd really like to do is talk about Josiah Crowley.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady. Far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
You're not trying
You're
to
trying to
hide
move
something,
spoons.
are you, Mr.
You're not that
Topham?
busy.
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to diminish. I'm afraid I cannot speak to you further unless and until you prove that you are worthy. That is, that your brainwaves are not unacceptably inferior and thus deleterious to mine.
He's so gross.
My brainwaves are
I
just
really can't
fine,
stand
Mr.
him.
Topham.
What I have here is an exercise in logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing
If
with
he's
you
full of
will
it and
do me
doesn't
no
believe he has
psychic
powers,
harm.
that is slightly
You
more
may take
evil.
it
I
with
would
you.
agree. Because it's just full manipulation. He's taking advantage of
Good
people
luck
and he knows
and good
it.
day.
If he believes, or oh wait, no, Kimmy. I can definitely see him believing he has powers just because of confirmation bias. Also, either way, what a sleaze bag. For real.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Go right ahead. The place is more like a museum
I wish we got a more
than
definitive
house.
answer on that. Like if he really believes it or knows that he's deceiving people.
What do you do with these?
To
put
discover
them on
and
the
develop your
windshields of
psychic
cars parked in
potential,
the area.
call or visit
Great
Richard
advertising.
Topham,
Ever
certified
put them on cars at the Lilac
parapsychologist.
Inn?
All the time. I've gotten quite a few pupils that way.
I love the idea of Nancy just walking around playing all his instruments. Just messing with literally everything.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Yes, that's from a production of A
Me as
Midsummer Night's
fuck.
Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after 2 nights, but he didn't care. He loved that play.
Captain's Cove, New Jersey. Putting physics to work in the modern world, Sir William Crookes. Crookes radiometer. A radiometer is a device which measures the intensity of heat and light, i.e. radiant energy. In 1873, Sir William Crookes developed a special kind of radiometer in which 4 square vanes were mounted on the 2 arms of a small rotor inside a clear glass bulb. Most of the air was pumped out of the bulb, resulting in a near vacuum, and the rotor was balanced on a vertical support which allowed it to turn with a minimal amount of friction. Each of the vanes was black on one side and silver on the other. The vanes revolved when exposed to light, always spinning as if the light were pushing on the black surface, making it appear to Crookes that light was applying pressure to the dark vanes. But this explanation for the radiometer effect was soon called into question. Since dark surfaces absorb light and shiny surfaces reflect it, light should actually apply more pressure to the shiny surface of the vane, which meant the shiny surface should appear to be pushed by the light. Since this was not the case, some other principle had to be at work. And there's a radiometer. Another theory proposed that because the black surface absorbed radiant energy, rarefied gas on the black side of the vane would heat up and eventually apply enough pressure on the vane to make it spin. But the fact that the warmer gas simply expands and flows across the surface instead of pushing on it disproves the still widely held yet erroneous explanation for the radiometer effect. A more likely explanation involves thermal transpiration, or the flow of cooler gas molecules toward warmer molecules, which causes the cooler gas on the shiny side of the vane to pass around the edges towards the warm black side, and which results counterintuitively in the vane moving away from the warmer gas toward the cooler gas. The radiometer is sometimes referred to as a light mill because light is used to turn the vanes much as water is used to turn a mill wheel. It is doubtful, however, that the movement of the vanes can ever be put to such practical use, for the friction needed to turn a gear would prevent the vanes from spinning when exposed to light. That's what you think. Depends on what you do with the light first, pea-brain. I love a good annotated book. Sure. Lest I forget.
What are you when you win barred bounce? What poet is the cat's meow? What will Para, my miniature golf course, get you? What's Gloria's middle name?
Okay, so we already know what we are when we win barred bounce, which is Keen. What poet is the cat's meow? We know that's Omar. We need to figure out what Para will get you on the miniature golf course and what Gloria's middle name was. The Crowley Roadster Soarer.
Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
Get new typewriter ribbon. Took Topham's intelligence test. Answer, fall down. Figuring out the rest should be a cinch. Tick-tock, tickety 300. Everybody, let's wake up. Or 3 o'clock? Is that supposed to be 3 o'clock? I guess. Why are we waking up at 3 o'clock, though? Anyway, CC whereabouts, room off tunnel by scrambled picture. Tesla coil invented in 1891 by Nikola Tesla. Fascinating. To open the big tick-tock on top, give flute, Thisbe, and Pyramus their cues. Bottom's cue is in Note to Gloria. Poem on the golf course, sounds like numbers to me. Buy carousel horse from Sheldon. The Sheldon Rousseau Carousel, Captain's Cove, New Jersey.
It looks like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
All right.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
So where's all his stuff? And my mouse gets super finicky on this. Like, see how laggy it is? It's really frustrating. Okay, so we've got the 2 gears, little mouse head, cheese or pie, I'm not actually sure. Light bulb, clock, hand. Whoop. There's that. 2 gears, alarm clock, cheese. There's that clock, 1 gear. Hat, alarm don't know why I'm saying alarm bell. It's just a bell. Butterfly. Alarm clock. I guess that's why I have it in my head. Hand. One gear. Hatch was here then. Cheese, and there's the butterfly. This is maybe the most CPU intensive part of the whole game. Yeah. This and the pies. That's where I notice my mouse is really laggy. Let's save. And let's do pies also, yeah. Let's do this. Okay.
That looks right.
Oh, what?
Am I smart or what?
Double
I'm getting there.
cross. Dry
That looks
up.
right.
Big cheese.
Am I smart or what?
I wish we got more of these, and I also wish that they were harder on senior. I
Am
really
to
like those kinds of
assume that you have
puzzles.
the correct solution to that logic problem?
Right here.
Let's have a look. Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution. Well, since you've proved yourself to be intellectually above average, which means talking to you should do me no harm, what would you like to talk about?
Would you happen to know what Gloria Crandall's middle name was?
I haven't the foggiest.
When and how did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he insisted that I give him a training session that very afternoon, and was so thrilled with his progress that he demanded I stay and teach him
Yeah, I honestly hope
everything
he
I knew.
believes
So it was
in
his,
his
idea
powers,
that you
because
set up your
otherwise
school in
that's
his
so
house?
sad and
Oh, I
manipulative.
know. Rumor has it that I somehow tricked him into it, that I insinuated my way into his home, but I assure you that was not the case.
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
What's in the carriage house that's out back? Do you know?
That was Josiah's workshop. I assume it contains even more detritus.
It was nice talking to you.
Drop
Wow.
by anytime.
Don't be judgmental or anything. Let's look at our task list. What do we have going on here?
I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that. I haven't done that yet.
Okay, gotta go talk to Jim
That's done.
Archer.
Can't check that off yet.
We gotta go to the jeweler.
That's done. Can't check that off yet.
Maybe we can't check that off until we can look behind the desk, because I think we've
I
looked at
haven't
everything
done
in
that
here.
yet.
What? Oh, I was thinking that this was the word puzzles.
That's done. I'm finished with that. I haven't.
Okay. Kimmy, can't remember if this is at all suggested by the game or just your headcanon, but you feel like Josiah knew this guy's stuff was BS and just thought he was so weird and entertaining that he wanted to keep him around. Maybe. Maybe. I hope so. I'm going to accept that. That feels way more comfortable. Way more comfortable than him just, like, genuinely believing it and saying, you know, I'm all in here. That makes me really sad. Alright, what else do we have? Oh my gosh.
Oh, a miniature
golf
golf
course.
course.
Swell. Let's do this. Instructions for golf ball game. The object of the game is to figure out the sequence of the colored golf balls hidden beneath the panel on the upper right. To play, move a colored ball in the bottom row to a tee in the first column on the left. Do this 4 times until all 4 tees have balls on them. Now push the golf club button on the lower right to see how well you guessed. I love this game. If a stick with the flag on it appears below the column, that means one of the flags in the column is the correct One of the balls in the column is the correct color and is in the correct position. If a stick with no flag appears, it means one of the balls in the column is the correct color but is in the wrong position. If no stick appears, it means one of the balls doesn't belong. By the way, the order of the sticks has nothing to do with the order of the balls in the solution. I feel like they could have done that a little bit differently. But I guess that would be giving too much information. Using this feedback, make another guess by placing another 4 balls in the next column on the left. Repeat this process 4 balls at a time until you figure out the sequence. When you succeed, congratulations. If you don't, just play again. You're bound to succeed eventually. All right. We'll start out by finding out if yellow's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. So we'll do yellow, and then let's find out if red is in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. Yellow is in the wrong spot, so let's try yellow. And red has to be there because otherwise it would be... Oh, wait, that may not be the case. I was going to say red has to be there because it's not in the right spot there, but it could be this one. So we know that we've got red and yellow. Let's see if green is part of the equation. Yes, okay, so... Let's see. Let's see if red, yellow, green, and maybe blue. Oh, nothing's right. Okay, we're gonna go back and try that again. So I guess yellow has to be here. Red is not here, but neither is green. So let's try this maybe, and let's see if orange is part of our puzzle. No. Oh my gosh, what have I done wrong? Okay, so we had 2 flags perfectly correct here. So that means we know green doesn't go here. We know green doesn't go here. So green has to go in one of the top ones, right? Oh wait, no, green doesn't go here or here. So it probably goes here. And red, I think, has to go at the top because it's not in the... No, that's not true. I was going to say... No. Red has to go here then because that's the only... Because it's not in the correct position here. It's not in the correct position here. No, red's going to have to go at the bottom then. And then maybe yellow's in the second spot. And let's try this. Let's see how this looks. Yeah! There we go. Thank you for the applause.
Interesting.
The moon in the sky was once heard to say, "It's high time I saw this thing known as day." So the moon checked its clock and rose with the sun, and before long it realized just what it had done. "It's far too bright here, I've made a mistake. What heat, what havoc the sun can create. I want to go back." So when dusk came again, the moon rose when it should and said, "Ah, 'tis 7. Thank you, Good Vanilla. Appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna save after doing that one, even though I really wouldn't mind doing it again. Because as we know, I love a color-based game. But we are gonna argue. Okay, I was gonna say, how much money do we have? We're gonna play some golf. And I actually kind of like playing golf. I think it's kind of fun. I know it's not everybody's favorite thing. Your least favorite song in the game? This just makes me think of driving. All right. Nice. I hit it too hard. That's okay. We can still get it in there. There we go. All right, we made par. It's good news. All right, we're going to try to get in the secret passage here. There we go. Oh, I hate when we end in the sand trap, though. There we go. Okay, not bad, Miss Drew. This one is tricky. You like mini golf if you're doing it just for kicks? I mean, aren't we always doing it just for kicks, though? Because you don't... oh, don't go in there. Because you don't actually have to play it to be able to get into the carriage. This game is one of the worst ones to play with the laptop trackpad. The sewing is worse, though. Sewing, honestly, I struggle with the sewing even with a regular mouse. So that one, I definitely practiced a lot for speedrunning because you lose a lot of time if you mess up the dress. All right, nice. This is the hardest one. I don't like this one at all. Just getting around this thing. See, like, now I can't even tell where my ball is. Okay. Oh, no. See, this is where it helps to have those holes where we only use 2 shots. To make it up for it at the crab.
I hit it too
Oh, no.
hard.
Oh, I usually get that one. There we go. Okay, so we did not make par, but we're still doing well. I think we'll make it. Oh, I was trying to get it in between those. Oh. Oh, okay. Get it together, girl. Okay, now I feel like I was maybe being a little too cocky and saying we'll be fine because maybe we won't be.
I did it.
Oh, okay. We did it, but that was rough. Oh my gosh, 10 shots on hole 6. Oh, I remember being so mad once because I was trying to collect all the ponies because, you know, you can get a different color. I think you get 5 different ponies if you play. And I accidentally threw out the scorecard even though I won instead of putting it here, and I missed my pony.
A little toy pony.
A little toy pony. It's so cute. I like the last one, the one that's like the multicolored one. So, I don't know, we might come back and play again. Oh, because the other thing is too, if you get all 5 ponies, you don't have to buy the toys for the kids at the general store, which I believe if you're good at mini golf, I don't think you actually have to deliver any telegrams. If you're smart with your driving and you do the golf instead of buying the toys from the general store. Let's play mini golf one more time, just since we're here. Since we're here, we might as well.
Oops, if I'm going to play golf, I'm going to need a golf
I didn't know we
ball
got
and
rid of it
putter.
already. Yay, lots of mini golf. Yeah, we're going to do a little more mini golf because I much prefer mini golf to delivering telegrams. Especially because it's like you deliver so many telegrams and you still have to waste all your money refilling the gas tank. Have you ever driven so poorly you had to get your car fixed but then couldn't afford it and had to do the sorting puzzle? Yes. Sometimes I do that on purpose. Just because it's like a fun little puzzle you don't get to play all that often. But most of the time I don't like to do it because I think it's actually hard to see. I think it's hard to tell the size difference all the time. Oh, so close. Okay, so far we're not doing quite as well as last time, so we might have to make up for it on the last hole. And not get 9 shots. Oh, so close. Okay. I also wish there was a way to skip this little cutscene. It's really cute the first couple times. But after that, it's a little bit a lot. But I appreciate the work that went into it. Alright. Let's try to do better on the crab this time, too. Oh no! I was like, we're set up to do it so well! Get up there. No! Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't think we're getting a pony. I'm so embarrassed. This is going so poorly. I think this is taking like 15 shots. 11. Okay, so we have to make par on this one, or no pony for us, and I don't think I ever make par on this one. So should we risk it by trying to shoot backwards? Nope, we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, no pony this time. That's okay. That just means more mini golf. Oh, what? Excuse me.
I hit it too hard.
This has been a terrible golf experience.
I hit it too hard. Oh, horse feathers.
Oh, horse feathers. Okay, we're gonna try it again. We were close, though. That wasn't too bad. I know realistically I should be saving my game every time I start a new game, because then I don't have to pay the 10 cents and I literally just have to pay 50 cents, but I don't want to do that this time.
I hit it too hard.
I did hit it too hard. It's really ambitious. Okay, well, we still made par. The thing is, like, we really have to not, like, go to, like, we have to go under par for several holes, for holes 5 and 6, because I'm just terrible at those. Ooh, okay. That's setting us up for some better outcomes. Getting this one in 2. Okay. I can never like tell if it's gonna hit the corner or not. Okay. Okay. I'm not saying anything this time, just in case.
There we go.
Okay, we did much better that time. Much better that time. Let's get another pony. Aw, it's a blue one this time. Okay, I think we'll go talk to Jim Archer now, and we'll come back and play more mini golf another time. So let's talk to Jim Archer and go to the jeweler to ask about the key.
That car I saw before is gone. Hello, are you Mr. Waddell?
So what if I am?
I found this receipt, and I just wondered what you could tell me about it.
Let me see that. One key, determined resale value, item 493. Oh yeah, this was for that key Jim Archer wanted me to appraise.
Jim Archer wanted you to appraise a key?
It was very ornate, had jewels all over it. Fake jewels, as it turned out. When I told him it was worthless, the cheapskate refused to pay me and told me to keep it.
Do you think I could have it?
Sure, once you pay the appraisal fee.
Which is?
$1.50.
Here you go.
That's kind of a
Here's
lot.
the key. Enjoy.
For 1930? Just to appraise
Hello,
a key?
I'm looking for Jim Archer.
Right through that door.
Right through that door.
Hello! Are you Nancy Drew?
Sounds like Emily called you.
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
Did Emily tell you why I'm here?
She just said you were
Why are
coming
his
and that
eyebrows
she'd
so short?
appreciate it if I would talk to you. Terrible thing.
Like, they don't
losing
even go
her mother
past
like that.
like,
then
they
being
don't even go
saddled
to
with
the
that
end
restaurant,
of his
especially
eye.
now.
Just like little half brows.
My dad says banks aren't doing
My
too well
dad
these
says
days.
banks aren't doing
Ever
too
since the
well
stock
these
market
days. Like, way to
crashed,
sound
one
like a
business
spoiled
after another's
teenager,
closed,
Nancy.
including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner, but you have to wonder.
Some people say we're headed for a depression.
Well, that kind of pessimism is not only misguided, it's pointless. Thinking ahead and taking action. That's what we businessmen should be doing right now. And I'm happy to report that we're doing just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Main Street Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by.
Just bring it by.
Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
How well do you know Jane Willoughby? You know, Emily's guardian?
That's why I'm here.
Not well at all. Met her once or twice. Seemed a little flighty.
What was Emily's mom like?
Had a good head on her shoulders. Friendly, too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lilican was always
What
a
kind
real
of pie
treat.
would you guys choose?
It'd be nice if family could
There's the
carry on
blueberry,
the
the
tradition,
cherry, or the
but
chocolate.
times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling
I feel
up.
like
Do
I
you
would
happen
choose...
to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her
I feel like
mother
I like
is
the
insured?
the
I
concept
know
of
for a
cherry
fact that
pie,
it was not.
but I feel like I'd
Why?
enjoy the
Because
blueberry more.
someone snuck into the inn
Also,
today and
truthfully,
stole
the
it.
cherry pies
no.
and the
I heard there'd
Lilican
been a fire in the kitchen,
freaked me
but
out.
when it rains, it pours,
I don't know.
doesn't it?
I don't
told
love the way
Gloria
that they
not
look.
to let that policy lapse.
Did Gloria always rely on you for business advice?
Sometimes.
And I'm not a big
you
fan of
see,
chocolate,
I have
so
experience
chocolate
in
pie
the
wouldn't
law
really
as
be
well as accounting. But in this
on the
case, she
table for
wouldn't
me.
listen to me. She felt that since
But I do love a
Josiah
peach pie.
Crowley
Peach
would be
pie is my
leaving her
favorite.
a large sum of money when he died, or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will. An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
Why do you think he wound up leaving Gloria nothing?
I have no idea. Truth be told, he'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on too. But when I finally read his will, it all went to Topham.
Where did Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right, whatever that meant.
How did Josiah die?
He was sitting in the public library reading when apparently his heart just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
The will you found in Josiah's
He's such
house.
an icon. I love him.
Is it possible that Josiah didn't really write it?
Well, the thought that it could be a forgery did cross my mind. But an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
But Richard Topham lived in Josiah's house. He had access to his typewriter, and he could have copied his signature.
As far as the law is concerned, the matter is closed, Miss Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are you sure he never gave you any clue as to where he'd hidden his will?
Whenever I asked him, he said he'd tell me when the time is right. Although, he got a safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Has it been opened?
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
Maybe he knows the real will could be in there. Only he
Curious.
wants to destroy it.
Now, Miss Drew, I wouldn't go jumping to any conclusions.
I mean,
guess
jump
I'll
to
be
all the
going.
conclusions you
Come back
want,
anytime.
but like maybe don't speak them out loud.
Don't you ever use this typewriter?
That used to be Josiah Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs. Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back. Who's Clara?
Clara Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
The handwriting's like exactly the same. I feel like, well, I was gonna say I feel like Nancy should have picked up on that, but she's a brand new detective. We'll cut her some slack. But this is the handwriting that's in his book.
Did Josiah Crowley give you this clock?
Yes. Unfortunately, it stopped keeping time almost immediately.
It would sure be nice to be able to open this thing.
Hello again.
The key that you had Mr. Waddell appraise, could that be the key to the clock that Josiah Crowley gave you?
It might have been, I suppose. You know about that?
I found the receipt on the path to Richard Topham's house.
I love how she says that like it's incriminating.
You see, when he told me the key
He
was
said he
worthless,
goes to
I
the
lost
Lilac
all
Inn
interest in
and
it.
enjoys the pie and
it would be
everything.
all right
It's
if I kept
fine.
the key for myself?
I have no use for it. In fact, if you want that old clock, you can have it too.
I guess I'll be going.
Come back anytime.
Okay. Let's find a starter. Here we go. Make sure they're all clicked in. Go. Hello. Jim just doesn't say anything. Like, it plays a tune, the top is like spinning, opens, Nancy's pulling something out, and he's just reading his newspaper.
Is this your car?
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
His wife is really pretty. Oh, I'm like driving. I don't mean to drive.
That's done. I'm finished with that. Can't check that off till it's done. That's done. That's done. I haven't done that yet. That's done. Check. I haven't done that yet.
Okay, so I guess we can drive up to see Mrs. Sheldon. But eventually we're gonna have to get the ponies because this is gonna start the whole chores chain.
Mrs. Sheldon?
So looks like some mini golf is coming up again.
Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's.
Get on with it, dear.
I was wondering, would it be possible for me to see the trivet you borrowed
I love that
from
this is just
Josiah
casually the
Crowley?
Biltmore
You may not only see it, you
in
may
North
have
Carolina.
it. Once I
It's like, yeah, this is in Titusville.
Unfortunately, I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
So I see. A rather expensive car at that. Very well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski, and upon your return I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Jakowski?
The local telephone operator. You can find her at
She
her house,
spelled
or
Moxie Wall
Titusville
over
Telco,
'em.
as she insists on calling it. The switchboard
I like her,
is in
Miss Jakowski.
parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I, on the other hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Yeah?
Are you Miss Jakowski?
Yeah, and you are?
Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's. You know,
I love the old photos that they put into this game.
Yeah, I put you through
Makes
to your
it feel more
father,
immersive.
didn't I? You pick
really
up
like
those
that.
papers for him yet?
Actually, Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
See this headset I'm wearing? I plug it in and what do you know? I hear things. Look, I'm kind of pressed for time. Going to a party and
I know we're supposed to pick up the papers from Tubby
Mrs. Sheldon
Telegram
asked me to pick
for
up her bridge
Carson,
cards
but
from you.
as soon as you do that, you get a telegram that never leaves your inventory because it's just it's a never-ending chain. And I don't know. I don't like having that in my inventory.
Good. I gotta go. Yeah,
But I feel like we should pick up the papers. Okay. I think let's save on gas and go back to the Lilac Inn and get the rest of the toys before we go down there.
I'm finished with that. That's done.
All right. I know there's a space to return your club and ball here, club and ball return, but you never actually have to do that. It just disappears from your inventory. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get a pony. We're not on track to do that so far. All right, not great. As a kid, you always used to avoid telegrams for the same reason until you had no choice but to comply. Well, I'm hoping if we are able to get the ponies in a relatively... Oh, no! We're not doing well! If we're able to get the ponies, that keeps us from having to buy the toys for, what is it, 50 cents each? From the general store. So if we can get the ponies for 10 cents each, or you know, maybe 20 or 30 for some of them, like this one that we're clearly not gonna do well on, then we don't have to deliver telegrams. Also, we have to be smart with our gas so that we don't run out of gas and have to buy it from Zippies.
I hit it too hard.
Oh no, we didn't. Okay, I feel like we're making up for the first couple holes. We just have to go on this little ride with the golf ball. With Carson Drew. Carson Golf Ball Drew. Hi, Rat au Chocolat. I'm happy you're here. Thanks for joining. We are doing a little bit of mini golf, and once we have enough ponies, we are going to continue doing the chore train around Titusville. Okay, that went relatively smoothly, so I'm grateful for that. Okay, so if we can get hole 6 and 11, which, you know, I'm real bad at this one. We'll see how it goes. And I feel like I jinxed it the first time.
I hit it too hard.
Oh, no. Nice. Okay. Because the first time, I got a little too cocky about saying, we have 11 hole shots left, and then I got it at 29. But this one actually worked out, and we're not going to throw it away. We're going to put it in here and get another pony. Green pony this time. All right, let's do, what is that, 3 ponies? Let's just try to knock out 2 more. Oh, that was kind of close to being a hole-in-one. feel like I'm being more cautious than I have been in recent tries. Yeah, we're trying for some trick shots. We didn't get par on that one, so not great. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, we're gonna try to go back. Let's try this again. Oh, yikes. Not great, guys.
I hit it too hard.
Still got under par. Okay. Okay. Do we risk it? Are we gonna get it off here? I think we gotta get it a little further. I don't want it bouncing back. All right. Maybe I'm like grossly underestimating the technology available in 1930, but I think this is pretty incredible. To have this like mini golf course with all these like moving parts and the trick shots and secret passages under the golf course and everything in 1930? That's kind of wild. Okay. We did pretty good on that one. Okay, so we're in a good position again. Let's see if we're able to do what we need to do here in Tiny Town. See, this is what, like, I have a hard time with. Like, I can't hit it as far as I need to because the screen block's in the way, so we kind of got to bounce it off the wall. And do a very poor job of it. Okay. There we go. Oh no. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, that was close, guys. That last one gets me. I'm so bad at Tiny Town. Okay, here's our fourth pony. We gotta do this one more time. Well, we gotta win one more time. Okay. Once we get our fifth pony, we're good to go.
I hit it too
Oh no!
hard.
I hit it too hard. Okay, again, we're not off to a great start, but you know, we pulled it together last time, so let's stay optimistic. Well, in Nancy's universe, ancient Maya constructed a complicated monolith mechanism out of stone, so nothing is impossible. Hey, don't underestimate the Maya. They're pretty incredible. But yeah, I don't know about this giant flapping butterfly in 1930, so... or the entirety of the carriage house.
I hit it too
No,
hard.
stop hitting it too hard. Oh, sorry. That was maybe a little loud. I think I
hit
have
it
my
too
mic
hard.
sensitivity up. Okay. We got lucky with that last shot. Okay, fingers crossed this is our last little ride here. If we can get par or under on holes 5 and 6, which are, you know, not always my best. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I feel like I have to be able to, like, set aside 10 shots for Tiny Town. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Pirate Party. Good, okay. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I really have no strategy for that first shot. It kind of just get, you know, wherever it ends up. And then I try to figure it out once I'm at, like, this point.
I hit it too hard.
Did we, though? No. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
I hit it too
Oh,
hard.
I don't know why I didn't like try to do that properly at all.
I did it.
Okay. Amazing. There we go. Let's get our pony. And this is the prettiest pony of all. I love this one. It's way better than the other ones. You always loved the mini golf game, reminded you of the one in the Madagascar game. I never played the Madagascar game, but I do enjoy this little mini golf venture. You know what? I'm actually gonna save. I'm gonna create a save file for golf because I don't think I have one for golf. And then we're gonna go back in and we're gonna save over my actual game file. Here we go. Okay. So now we have to go get raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea at the orphanage. And we actually have the toys for her, so we're good to go. You had to save for pies? Really? That surprises me because I don't like the pies one. Oh, actually, I think it's quicker to maybe go this way. Yeah. Let's not run over potholes.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and
Stephen, put that down this instant. We do not run with sticks in our hands or in our mouths.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
Miss Jakowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh, yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is
Elsie, no hitting.
I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything. And I'm short 5 toys.
Do not eat that,
Well,
Clarence.
it's so funny
Would you like
should
me to
mention
get
that.
5 toys for you?
Oh, goodness,
have
if you
5
could do
toys
that,
right
I'd be forever
here.
grateful. They can be any kind of toy at all. The children aren't the least bit picky.
Of course
Like,
it
they're not the
is
least
bad,
bit picky,
Clarence.
but somebody's
It's
gonna
a
get the
ringtone.
I better
purple
go rinse
and
out his
pink
mouth
horse, and they're gonna
Would you look at that? He's actually chewing
they're
it.
gonna be the best.
You're
They're
not
gonna
a
be the best
squirrel,
one. Have the
Clarence.
best one.
Spit that out this instant.
Mrs. O'Shea butter.
Hi.
She's
do you
well
have 5 toys
moisturized.
for me?
I certainly do.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're such a saint. You hear me? A saint. I'd better get these inside before the children see them. Thank you so much.
Mrs. O'Shea, the raffle tickets?
Oh, the raffle tickets? I don't have them, dear. You'll have to pick them up from Phelps Print Shop. Then just take them
So
straight
I
to
just
Mr.
gave you my
Kelsey.
toys for no
We
reason.
don't pull hair, Ralphie. Especially when we have jelly
Like
in our
every
hands.
other stop, you
Phelps Print Shop.
get something.
Wonderful.
We get nothing from her. But it's fine. I'm happy to be able to help the children. Give them some toys.
Sorry, young lady, I'm about to close.
I'm just here to pick up the raffle tickets you printed for Mrs. O'Shea.
No, darn it. I did tell her I'd have those done today, didn't I?
I love how
well,
fun all
I'm
the
sorry,
voices
but
are.
We're just gonna have to
They're
wait
all very
until
distinct.
Oh, but
I
I need to
enjoy
have
that.
them today.
tomorrow. And I need to go fishing.
Fishing?
My
Like, they all have
brother-in-law
different
thinks he's
accents.
hot stuff because
They
he
literally
caught
all
an
have different
18-inch
accents, like,
largemouth bass this morning.
Mrs.
So
O'Shea's
I bet him
Irish.
I could catch
Phelps
a
here's got a
19-incher
little
by the
southern
end of the
drawl
day.
going on.
And if I do,
Mr.
I
Kowski,
get
what is that,
his
like
stamp collection.
a New York
And if I
accent,
don't,
sort
he
of?
gets mine. And since stamp collecting
And,
is about the only hobby I
oh,
can
why am I
afford
totally
these
blanking on the
days,
lady at
I'm
Twin
going
Elms?
fishing.
I know. You stay
Mrs.
here and print those raffle tickets.
I don't know, but
and
she's
I'll go
got that
fishing
like
for
posh
you.
English accent
Not
going on.
everybody can catch a 19-inch largemouth bass, you know. It takes skill and muscle and brains. Bass are pretty smart.
I can do it, Mr. Phelps.
You better be right, because you're not getting those raffle tickets until I get my 19-incher.
It's on the tip of my tongue. What is that lady's name?
Out at the fishing hole.
Great. I'll
I
see
keep
you
wanting to
later.
say Mrs. Drake, but obviously that's not right. Let's find out. Mrs. Sheldon. Alright, let's do some fishing.
First thing I need to do is bait my hook.
Grubs, worms, and minnows.
Now I toss this in the water, and when the bobber goes under the water,
I'm not a
I need to
fishing
pull
kind
the
of
line
gal.
up fast.
I wouldn't do well with all the fishing that Nancy has to do in her adventures.
I caught one. Looks like 19 inches to me. I need to give the fish I caught to Mr. Phelps before I try catching another one.
I just realized I forgot to.
Give this fish to Mr. Phelps
I forgot to
before
catch the
smell
boot
gets any
first to get the
worse.
money, but
Let's
it's
see
fine.
what you got in there. How about that? You did it.
Because if you catch the boot with
Please
money
do.
in it,
I think it's starting to get a
I don't
little
think you have to deliver
ripe.
telegrams. You
Just
get a
rest
little bit of money
yourself a
down
minute
in
while I
the
get those raffle
corridor,
tickets.
underground.
There you go.
But
10
I don't know if
dozen
that's enough to
tickets
cover everything
the
that you
annual
need. We'll find
orphans
out.
benefit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go make a telephone call.
This guy
To
just
your
refused to finish
brother-in-law?
something he promised he'd have
Yeah,
done for
the
his
one
printing
who
business
used
before
to
he goes out
collect
fishing in the
stamps.
Great Depression. Yeah.
Bye.
Some questionable decisions are being made. You can't stand fishing because of incessant mosquitoes. That is so real. I have only been fishing once. It was like rainy. I didn't catch anything. It just wasn't a great experience. Where am I going? Miss Chakowski, right? I wasn't even paying attention.
Hi, you got those raffle tickets for me?
Yeah, I think he really
sure
has it
do.
out for his brother-in-law.
And here are Mrs. Sheldon's
Like,
gift
that was
cards.
not a friendly
One of
little
the guys
chuckle.
spilled Moxie all
There was some
over,
malice
but I cleaned 'em up
mixed
real
in
good, so
there.
let's not tell Mrs. Sheldon, okay?
Okay. Thanks for your help, Miss Chakowski.
Thanks for your help. Bye now.
Boy, now. Do you have my bridge cards? We have to go hear about her buff stroganoff. What is it? Sumptuous? Her sumptuous buff stroganoff?
Do you have my bridge cards?
Right here.
Good. And here is Josiah's trivet. I didn't realize when I asked
Kim, you
Bob
like a lot of
that it was
fish, and
such
if
an
you catch something,
eyesore.
you're like, I
But
don't
once
want
a
this.
sumptuous dish of my buff stroganoff was placed atop it.
Yeah,
I assure
I
you,
just don't.
no
I don't want to touch the
notice.
fish,
Now, do
honestly.
run along. My guests will be arriving any minute. and
I'm
that
not
dress
bringing
of
them home to
yours
cook
is,
them.
Well,
Even catch and release just seems kind of
I like
mean
this
to me.
dress.
It's like,
It's very flouncy.
I don't know. They don't need a big old hole in their mouths. Okay, back to the Lilac Inn. Avoiding as many potholes as we can so that we don't end up with a flat tire, because I don't want to have to pay for it. They're alive and strong and slimy and sometimes very spiky. Yeah, really just fishing is not my thing. I'm so much more of an indoor girly. Okay, we can look at that trivet now. Great. We have no frame of reference for what this means yet. But at least we have it. Somehow Nancy, who is not even a detective yet, was like, I really need that trivet. Okay, I think we're going to need to find out Gloria's middle name.
That's done. Check. That's done. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that. That's done. I'm finished with that.
All right, let's go talk to Emily and Jane.
Oh, Nancy, I'm afraid there's been more trouble.
Don't tell me something else blew up.
It's Emily. Oh, this is silly. I'm her guardian. I should just make her sell this place. She's only 17, for Pete's sakes. She should be out meeting boys and going to parties, not trying to run a business.
Miss Willoughby, what happened?
Just go ask her and make her tell you everything.
Huh.
Jane told you, didn't she?
Not really.
That picture on the
Something
wall
did
over
blow
there,
up
I saw
Emily's
it move.
sanity.
I was just
Aw,
sitting here
poor
and it
girl.
moved all by itself. I saw it move. I really did.
She's just being
Last
gaslit
week, a book
over
fell off the
and
shelf
over
for
again.
no reason. And before that, I heard these weird noises. And almost every day I hear a voice, like a whisper.
Poor
coming out
girl.
of
I feel
nowhere.
so bad for her.
Jane
Like, her
thinks
mom
it's
died a
nerves,
month
but
ago. She's like
I don't want to talk
deep
about
in the
this.
depths of
Did you
grief.
see Jim Archer?
I'm afraid
And
I don't have
she's
very
just being
good
taken
news.
advantage of
The
and
jewelry
like
wasn't
manipulated.
insured?
It's just, I know I said at the beginning
Your mom dropped
that
the
this was like a
insurance in
light
order to
game, but
save
it's
money
kind of
for-
heartbreaking
Shh.
also.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Shh.
I don't know that we needed to be that up
Nothing.
close and
I'm
personal,
going
but
to have
okay.
to sell the inn, aren't I?
You know, it's possible, just possible, that the will that was found was not the will Josiah wrote.
You mean he may have left us money after all? No, that's wishful thinking. And I refuse to get my hopes up again because they'll probably just get dashed again. Listen, I feel bad enough that you drove all
Walls
the
in
way
her
out here
room
for
are
nothing.
beautiful. Can we
Maybe you should
acknowledge
just
how
go
gorgeous
home.
the walls are? Like the detailing? I mean, I don't think that's wallpaper. I think that's like painted on.
Do you want me to
That's
go
beautiful.
home?
No.
And I'm so
but I
envious
really
of her
don't
little
feel like
window
being
seat.
sociable right now.
I love
There's
a little
nothing for
window
you to
seat.
do.
I'd like to see if Josiah hid a second will somewhere.
What are you? Some kind of Sam Spade?
Well, just because I've never solved a mystery before doesn't mean I can't. Anyway, there's no harm in trying, right? Who knows? I might turn out to be good at it.
Be my guest.
Did Josiah ever say anything about hiding his will somewhere?
No, but he was always hiding
Window
stuff.
seats are
I know
absolutely the
because
best.
he was always writing
This
reminders
one looks
to
really
himself
cushy
about
and
how
cozy.
to find it. But whenever the subject of his will came up, he'd just say he was happy knowing we were going to be happy when he passed on. Time will tell. That's all he'd say.
Do you have any idea where Josiah may have hidden a safe deposit box key?
He could have hidden it anywhere. He always said his favorite hiding place was right under people's noses.
What was your mother's middle name?
Lois. Why?
Oh, just curious. I'll be back in a
Just
little
curious.
bit. Okay.
Couldn't come up with a better reason than that. Just curious. Whoop. All right. So we'll get Keen and Omar. And Lois. No. Oh, Pony we need next. I hate the squeaking as it like turns. It's really off-putting. Okay, and now we'll put in Lois. Oh, that was already an S. Josiah saying time will tell has the same energy as Arrested Developments. There's always money in the banana stand. I don't know that reference, but I'm gonna trust you on that. Funny how nobody finds it tactless to discuss someone's will multiple times when they're still alive. Yeah, that's a really fair point, actually. Like, why are people asking about his will all the time? Okay. Okay, we
Something
need...
about this clock reminds me of the poem I saw at the mini golf course.
Yes. Hang on, I'm gonna grab my notes. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, 7. Wow. A mirror. This clock is a vibe. This is my favorite clock. I would own that clock. Okay, and this puzzle that hates me, when I was doing this for the relay, it just wouldn't click into place. So we'll see how it goes this time. Oh, wait. Oh no, I've done it wrong. We're gonna start over. See, this is right? But it just like doesn't register for some reason. There we go. Okay. I don't know.
Something tells me I need to adjust the mirrors so that the light bounces off of them and onto that radiometer.
Okay. There we go. I remember the first time I played this game, I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. I was like, something big is happening. It's like, oh, it's an attic. Ordered new quartz from Krollmeister Crystal Company, December 9th, 1929. Paid $4.74. Highway robbery. Delivery to take 6 weeks. Have Waddell cut the blank. He did a swell job
Maybe I
last
should
time.
ask Richard Topham if this crystal ever got delivered.
Forget where you put LWAT? Marcel's band, you old coot. I think that's all we need up here. Oh, maybe we should look at this.
I've seen these symbols before. They were in that newspaper story about hobos.
Yes, this mirror puzzle is so much easier and more enjoyable than the later ones. I mean, to be fair, I am also playing on Junior, so that makes it easier. But I say this all the time. I would play on Senior because I actually enjoy the like higher level of difficulty for the most part, but I don't like not having a task list.
I haven't done that yet. I'm finished with that. That's done. That's done. Check. That's done. Check.
Those little tiles with all the dots on them.
I'm finished with that. Check. Can't check that off till it's done. Can't check that off till it's done. I haven't done.
Okay. Let's talk to Topham, I think. I think he knows about the hat.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hello, Mr. Topham.
Now what?
Do you by any chance know who
Oh, we have to ask him about the crystal
is?
too.
Marcel was what Josiah called his favorite hat.
His hat? The man named his hat?
He loved that hat, so to him, naming it made perfect sense.
Do you still have Marcel?
No, as a
Why
matter of
is
fact, I
Nancy
gave
so
that hat to
judgmental
Gloria
in this
Crandall.
game?
She said she was fond of the old fellow and wanted something to remember him by. Although I suspect the real reason she wanted that hat was to see if he'd stashed any money in it.
Josiah ordered something from the Krollmeister Crystal Company just before he passed away. Do you know if it ever arrived?
You must be talking about that chunk of quartz that came last winter. I still have it right here. Why?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm a rock collector. Do you think I could have it?
Perhaps we can work something
I feel like
out.
this
You
is the
see,
only
amazing
game
as
where
this is
Nancy
going to sound,
tries to work her
I
dad
am
into
able to
conversation as
project
much as she
my
only tries to work her
thoughts
mom into
another
conversation.
person's brain.
Oh, I don't want to do this part.
The only problem is not everyone has the
Nepo
intellectual
baby vibes
capacity to
very
receive
much
my
increased
thoughts.
for this game.
But since you have already
Absolutely.
demonstrated a high level of intelligence, yes, you may
Demonstrated
very
a high
well be
level
the
of
ideal
intelligence.
subject.
Subject, as in experiment?
You are going to help me prove that I am telepathic. Here's
Oh,
what we're
okay.
Going to do.
Here's
I'm
what we're
going
gonna
to shuffle
do.
a deck which contains 5 sets of these cards. Then I'm going to turn my back, draw a card, look at it, and start transmitting my thoughts. When you receive my thoughts, you will identify the card I'm
Top 'em
looking
won't
at.
ever top
Once
'em.
you correctly
It's true.
identify 5 cards in a
Okay.
row, I'll give you that piece of quartz.
But what if I can't do it?
Just
See,
stay
this is
focused
just
on the
another
cards,
example
and
of
my
him
superior
manipulating
brain power
people.
will do the rest. Very well.
And I
let's
say
begin.
people, but
This
really I
is
feel like
which
it's
card?
like people who are. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm putting judgment on the student that we come across later, but people who are maybe a little, he views them as less than, whether it's Josiah, who's like an older man who he feels like he can manipulate, or women who he feels like he can manipulate. I don't know. I'm really not a Topham fan.
Very good. Here's another. This is which card?
This one.
You go, girl.
You go,
Here's another.
girl.
Do you know what card I'm looking at?
It's so random.
This one.
Wonderful. Here's another. What card am I thinking about?
This one?
Marvelous. Here's another. What card am I holding?
I think it's this one.
Very good. You did
This
it.
stressed me out so
Well,
bad during
actually,
the relay
I did it. But in
and
any
during
case,
like
thank you
practice
for your
runs even
assistance.
because like
Here's the
it
piece of
eats up
crystal
so
that
much
Josiah
time
ordered.
if you
Take it. You've
don't
earned
get
it.
them
Well,
correctly and you
actually,
have to
I
start
earned
it
it, but
over.
let's not quibble.
So I'm gonna look at my notes and making sure because a lot of the statements are really similar, so I'm making sure I'm not looking at the wrong thing.
But Mr. Topham, I didn't really. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it does
didn't
lend
really,
credence
I
to
mean,
the
I'm
he
afraid
believes
that
he's really a
subconsciously
telepath
you may have-
theory. I think he does.
Yes?
Never mind.
Do you need anything else?
Like he just seems like he's such a himbo and that he's like, yes. Like I have no idea what you could possibly be talking about.
What do you think happened to the key to Josiah's safe deposit box?
Josiah no doubt lost it. He had a terrible memory, poor fellow.
Are you still looking for the key?
What's the point? No doubt it's filled with the same thing as this house. Junk. But if it's junk, why haven't I gotten rid of it, you may well ask. Well, I know it's silly to hang on to Josiah's things, but he was a wonderful man, you see, and I just don't have the heart to get rid of them. Too sentimental for my own good, I guess.
It was nice talking to you.
Drop by anytime.
So maybe he actually did like him and was not just trying to manipulate him. I mean, that would just be totally cruel, right? Okay, we'll go to the jeweler and have him cut a blank. No, that is not silly at all, Kimmy. That is shipping fodder. We gotta go up one, and there we are.
Hello,
I'm
Mr.
really trying to
Liddell.
save on gas because I have no
I
desire
need for you
to
to cut a blank from this
have to
piece
get
of
gas.
quartz.
But I'm also like
Yeah, let's see it.
worried. Wait,
The blank needs to
if
be
you're
just
really
like
low
the
on
one you
gas,
made
do you
before
run
for
out
Josiah
at the
Crowley.
end?
Like I said,
Could
no
you
big
possibly
deal.
do that
You're
and
gonna
just
have
like
to cough
soft
up
lock the
$2
ending
though.
and never be
You
able to
can pay me when you
finish?
pick it up. Good day.
Okay. We'll just park in the literal middle of the road while we check our task list.
That's done.
And we're just driving. Okay, that's fine.
I'm finished with that. Can't check that off yet. I'm
Read
finished with
Topham's
that.
mind. Done.
Check.
Be prepared to pay him do we have $2? No. Okay. So what we're gonna do in order to still try to avoid delivering telegrams is see if there's possibly enough money down in the passage. I don't remember how much is in there. I want to say it's $1 though.
So, what did Emily say?
He's
Did
just
she
trying to
tell you
rummage through
about the
junk for the
pictures
will.
and
I
the
don't think
voices?
so, because why would he? I think he's fine with the will not being there. If he really wanted to, like, have that will not be found, I feel like he would get rid of everything. Make sure it's not there.
How long has this been going on?
for about 2
Yeah, I
weeks,
missed that
guess.
part. I thought about
You
it
know
as soon
what?
as I
I'll bet
pulled
it's
that
me.
fish
I'll
out,
bet
but
it
you can't. I
finally
don't think
hit
you can
Emily
fish
that I'm
anymore,
just not
right?
Gloria and never
I don't
will
think
be,
that
and
the
that running
fishing
this
gear is
place
still
is
there.
always gonna be all up to her.
Should we go check?
And it was just more than her poor mind could bear.
What did the sheriff say when you called him about the stolen jewels?
He
Okay,
said
we'll go
since
check.
nobody got robbed at
We'll go
gunpoint
down
or
in the
anything,
passage
coming out here
first,
again just didn't seem necessary.
assuming that we
Said
can.
It sounded to him like
I don't
the
know if
jewelry
that's
had
been
just
triggered yet, but I would
misplaced.
think so.
You see, it only felt
And then we'll
fair
go
to
check
tell
and see
him
if we
about
can
Emily's,
go fishing.
delicate state of mind.
Does the miniature golf course that's out back belong to the inn?
No, that was Josiah Crowley's. Way I hear, he built it himself.
Have you tried it out?
Me? Please, I got better things to do with my time.
Have you met Richard Topham?
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of meeting that quack.
You don't think he can help people develop their psychic powers?
The only thing he's good at is separating little old ladies and dim-witted rubes from their hard-earned cash. In fact, he came over while they were putting out the fire today. Asked me who you were, and I was so
I don't think they
frazzled
said
at the
legit
time, I
in
told
1930.
them. I don't usually give that crackpot the time of day.
Josiah Crowley seemed to think he was legit.
Like that circus fella said, there's a sucker born every minute. Me? I think ESP is a lot of J-U-N-K.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Bye now. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Looks like this lever opens the couch.
Yeah.
From the looks of those lanterns, I'm not the only one who's been down here recently. An old piggy bank.
Okay, so we've got $1.30.
Well, $1.
$2.30. Okay. So we'll still go check and see if we can go fishing more, but I feel like we don't need to. I could be wrong though. Is there something else that we need to pay for? I'm a little worried about running out of gas for the very end. Should I be? I'm not sure.
I wonder if those tiles are supposed to make a picture.
She's got better things to do with her time, like caressing the table all day that has no paperwork on it. So true. She is just like fully pretending to do anything. Okay. Actually, yeah, it is across the whole top. Okay, creepies. Whoops. Corner. No, I think that's in the right direction. Okay, we'll get the moon in order. That's always a good place to start. Okay. Oops. Where's this? Okay, and this is where I get a little lost with the fog on the bottom. Can never quite tell. Are these wrong? No. I think everything else is right but this bottom row. No? That's not right. Oh, that's right now, though. I think we just swapped these. Yes, there we go.
That symbol reminds me of the one on that trivet that used to belong to Josiah.
Nancy is spending way longer down here than I ever would. I'm think what we're learning as I go through these games is
Guess I better not leave the lights
I would
on.
not do a lot of things that Nancy does.
Richard Topham. This door must open right into his living room.
He's so real for talking to his cat like that, though. Topham's just like all of us. Okay.
Guess I better not leave the lights on.
All right.
I'm finished with that. Check. Can't check that off yet. Check. That's done.
Okay, we'll go play the record and talk to Emily, and then we'll go driving.
Hi, Nancy.
Would you happen to know where your mother put Josiah's favorite hat?
Yeah,
Look
I
at the
would think
drawer
twice
right
about
below me.
sticking a
That's where
magician's
all
wand
most
into fresh
mementos
chewing
are.
gum. I would too.
I'll be back in a little bit.
You're the best.
Maybe this is the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
You don't need to look at everything in there, do you?
Yes, I do,
Sorry.
actually. Can I look at this?
You don't need to
No,
look
okay.
at everything in there, do
It's like,
you?
what will she
Sorry.
let me do?
What could have made this picture move?
Why does this picture keep moving?
I've got to remember to pick up that package at the telegraph office for Dad.
Oops. They're like, in case you don't have $2, that's what you have to do. But we're gonna go to the pond and see if we can go fishing for money. Or if we returned Mr. Phelps' fishing gear to him with the fish. Oh, we can. Okay. Nice. He just doesn't care. Let's see if we can get that boot.
I got a fish! An old
Yeah,
shoe.
there it is.
Maybe there's money
Okay,
inside
so we have
it.
$2.30.
Look at that! I caught money! Now that's my kind of fishing.
And now we have $2.55. Okay. I don't know if you get more money than that. I know we gotta go to the bank. We might as well instead of backtracking. And then we'll get the quartz.
Hello again.
Was that your car I saw parked near the Lilac Inn this morning?
I haven't been there in months. You saw someone else's car. It's a very popular make and color, you know.
Whosever car it wasn't there after the fire.
Probably just someone sneaking onto that miniature golf course that Josiah built back there. Or bootleggers. I hear they frequent that area too.
What's your opinion of Richard Topham?
Interesting gentleman who's in an interesting line of work.
Do you think he really does what he says he can do?
He makes a living doing whatever it is he does. So obviously someone thinks he's the real deal.
I think I found the key to Josiah's safe deposit box.
Really?
I have it right here.
It is from this bank.
May I see if it
is
opens
from
the
this
box?
bank.
It takes 2 keys to open a safe deposit box. The owner's key and my key. And in this case, I'm under no obligation to open it for you.
Oh, but I...
However, were you to do me a small favor,
Such as?
I hired a seamstress to make a dress for my wife's birthday
What
next
does
week.
bootlegger mean in this context?
Unfortunately, the seamstress
Alcohol.
and I had a
It still wasn't
falling
legalized
out,
yet.
and now I need to find someone to finish the dress.
Just hire a new seamstress.
Just
The
hire
most
a new
privileged
seamstress.
take.
Well, the fact of the matter is, the dressmaker quit because I couldn't pay her. I misled you before. Business is not fine. This bank is on the brink of ruin.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry
bad.
to hear that, Mr. Archer.
Sorry you're poor. Anyway,
I
my
wanted
dad
to
has a
get
lot
my
of
wife
money.
something nice because, well, it might be the last nice thing she gets for a long, long time. Now, Emily once mentioned that Jane used to be a dressmaker.
How much more has to be done on the dress?
I have it right here. The seamstress said that all the pieces have been cut out and basted together. All that's needed is a sewing machine. When it's finished, bring it back and I'll let you try that key in Josiah's safe
All
deposit
that's needed
box.
is a sewing machine, as if, like,
Come back
that doesn't
anytime.
require any skill. Alright, let's go to the jeweler and then back to the Lilac Inn.
Hello, Mr. Waddell. Are you done making that blank?
Have you got my fee?
Right here.
Good. Here's the blank I cut for you. Enjoy.
Love the random mooing. Okay.
Would it be all right if I used your sewing machine?
Go right ahead, but remember, you're on your own.
There's no needle.
It's probably in the box with the rest of Mom's sewing stuff. Ask Jane if she knows where it is.
Oh, well, let's
Why does
fix
this picture
again.
keep moving?
Stop people from being creepy. And play this while we're here.
Would it be okay if I played a record?
Sure.
We're not listening to this whole
The night
thing.
it all began. That dark, stormy, fateful night when I decided
It's
the
so
time
odd.
had come to rid the world of the creature. But
The
it would take
creature.
money to do that, and to get money, I needed to.
Okay. We got what we needed from that. We'll go talk to Jane about the needle, and then we're gonna have to do pies.
What's cooking?
Would you happen to know where the needle for the sewing machine in Emily's room is?
I moved all of Gloria's sewing things out of there and put them in a little box. Look, I'm supposed to get the pies we baked before all the hullabaloo this morning ready for the delivery man. They gotta be put in the shipping container just so, or he casts a kitten. This is how he wants them organized. Now why don't you go out on the porch and get those pies ready to go while I look for that sewing box?
If you insist.
Thanks for joining. I hope you come back. We're going to be playing a bunch of games this month. We got the rest of the May games to get through. But thanks for joining. I'm glad you were here. Have a good night. Okay, so for each variety of pie, cherry, blueberry, and chocolate, the small pie always goes to the left of the large pie. In my mind, I was thinking that didn't actually matter. I guess I'm wrong, but okay. So my laggy mouse here. Sandgate wants 2 large cherry pies. Riverville wants 1 large cherry pie. Oh, it just does, if there's 1 pie, it doesn't matter which side it goes on. Appleton wants 1 small and 1 large. Skydale wants 1 small and 1 large. Knoxview wants 2 small. And Smithfield wants 1 small and 1 large. Alright, moving on to Blueberry. Sandgate wants 1 small. Riverville wants 1 small, 1 large. Appleton wants 2 small. Skydale wants 2 large. Knoxview wants 1 large. And Smithfield wants none. They are anti-blueberry. Okay. I'm gonna still put the large pies on the right, just so it feels right. Okay, and then chocolate. Sandgate wants 1 small. Riverville wants 1 small and 1 large. Get this one out of here. Appleton wants 1 small and 1 large. Skydale wants 2 large. Knoxview wants too small, and then Smithfield wants too large.
All done.
There we go. I'm gonna save after that, just because the laggy mouse drives me insane. The cord is cut.
I'll bet those are the two brothers that built the inn and Josiah's house. I'll bet this was taken in that passageway I found. There's something written
Door
on the
in
back.
parlor window seat. Okay, let's go see if we can sneak into Topham's. And then we do have to sew the dress, but Jane's not back yet.
What was that?
What was that?
Guess I better not leave the lights on. I don't hear anybody. Now would be a good time for me to sneak inside and have a quick look around.
Clear your mind of all thoughts. Think about nothing save that spook. Yori, be quiet.
I
You're
literally gave him
disturbing
his
us.
toy. He's fine.
Yes, Mrs. Deckman.
Yeah, Mrs. Deckling, she just sounds, I don't know, I just feel like he preys on the vulnerable. She just sounds like she's so, like, timid and just like, yes, Mr. Topham.
Josiah must have circled these quotes, but why? Something tells me I better write down all the stuff that's circled here in my journal.
Neither one, Mrs. Deckman. Concentrate.
Phew! Meet with J. Archer at 9:30 a.m. about money. That's today.
That's today! And it literally is today. It's May 7th. I'm gonna be fully transparent. I didn't plan that at all. It just happened. I was like, Wednesday's a great day to stream, and Secret of the Old Clock is the one that takes place next in the Nancy Drew universe, in the Drew-universe, if you will. Just happened to work out that way, which is just very cool.
That's done. I'm finished with that. Can't check that off till it's done. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that. Check. Can't check that off till it's done. That's done. I haven't done.
Okay, I think we're hanging out too long, because I'm pretty sure if we stay there too long, the session ends, and I think it was getting to that point. But I think we did everything we needed to in there, right? Let's make sure.
I haven't done
No?
that yet.
Do we not check that off until we find the will? I think we've seen everything that we need to in Topham's house, Josiah's house. Well, either way, let's go sew the dress.
Guess I better not leave the lights on.
Oh wait, I forgot to look in the, like, secret passage within the secret passage. That was the whole point in coming down here after the podium.
Jeepers, I'm behind one of the walls in Emily's room. I'll bet that's how someone makes that picture move.
Someone? Like, who do you think it is? Like, let's be logical here. Am I finishing the game tonight?
I should ask Jane about the photo I found that
Might.
allowed me to find that staircase that goes behind Emily's room.
There's not that much left in the game, but also it's like 9 o'clock my
Guess I
time,
better
and
not leave the
I
lights
didn't eat
on.
dinner yet. So, but I'm also like hesitant to just be like, let's leave like, 20, 30 minutes left in the game for another day. So we might just power through.
Thanks for doing the pies. The more I do it, the worse I seem to get at it. Here's that box. I'm sure that sewing machine needle is in there somewhere.
Why
I
did
see it?
Yes,
Remember, when it comes
it's
to using
3
it, you're on your
spools
own,
of thread
kiddo.
and a needle.
I think I know why
it's
Emily
in there
has
somewhere.
been seeing and hearing strange things.
Well, I'm all ears. Tell me.
I found a secret passageway that goes from the inn to Josiah Crowley's
She
old
knows,
house.
Nance.
And off of it, I found a staircase that leads to a space behind a wall in Emily's room. That's the staircase that's in this old picture.
You mean The noises that Emily's been hearing, the things she's been seeing, it's because someone's been sneaking around behind the wall in her room?
Did you know about the secret passageway?
No, and I've never heard Emily say anything about it either.
Well, if she knew about it, she probably wouldn't be as freaked out by the picture moving. She'd probably be like, who's in the passage behind my room?
In your podium.
You mean it was right there under my nose? Hold the phone! You think I'm the one who's been sneaking around?
Well, I did find the picture right there.
Hold the
But I've never seen it before in my life. Besides, anyone who's ever been
That's a good
behind this
question.
desk
Does the
could have
picture
seen
stop
that
moving
picture.
after you tell her
It's
about the
hardly fair to
passageway?
go pointing a
We'll have to
finger
pay
at
attention.
me.
Maybe Emily will know something about it.
She went into town to run some errands. At least that's what I told her to do. Heaven knows she could use some fresh air.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Like, there's really not
Bye
that
now.
much left in the game, so I don't know how much opportunity we'll have to see if it stops moving. But it's already not moving anymore. I mean, I know we just put it back, but... Or no. No, wait. We just looked through it, so... I don't know, maybe it does stop moving now. Dearest Gloria, if you would do 3 simple things for me, I would very much appreciate it. First, keep this note for me. Tuck it away in a safe place, and should I ever ask to see it, please allow me to do so. Second, don't mention or show this note to anyone else. Third, don't ask me why. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You are a kind lady who sparkles like good water and makes me think that the sky's the limit. Your grateful friend, Josiah. March 9th, 1929. Dear Gloria, sorry it's taken me so long to answer your letter. I'm still a secretary at the bottling plant and business is booming, so I'm busier than ever. In fact, I'm typing this during my lunch break, so please excuse the mustard stains. Still love those bologna sandwiches. Of course I'll take care of Emily if something happens to you. All she has to do is write and I'll come running. But quit worrying about such things. You've got a nice place to live and that sweet little girl to keep you company. You've got it made in the shade. Me, I'm still in the boarding house. It's not the Ritz, but my room is right across the hall from the washroom, and most of the gals here are honest and hardworking and fun. But there are a few bad apples, like this gal named Marion Aborn. Who's that? She dropped in the other day to borrow some bobby pins, so I went to the drawer to get some for her. Only when I turned back around, she was going through my purse. She said it had fallen over and she was just putting it back, but I know what I saw. Anyway, I sure miss you. I'm investing as much money as I can in the stock market because my boss says it's a surefire way to get rich, so next year maybe I can take the train out there to see you. Better yet, maybe I'll buy a car. Wouldn't that be the butterfly's boots? Write soon, your friend forever, Jane. Again, it's sad. Like she's investing all her money in the stock market. It crashes. I don't know. I still really want to know how Gloria died. I would like to know that.
What's cooking?
Well, I'll talk to you later.
You betcha.
Oh, wait, we need to sew the dress. I was like, we went up there for another reason. Oh, we need to put the needle in first. Okay, let's see how this goes. We're on junior, so it shouldn't be too hard. They allow for some more errors. And I did it okay on senior, playing for the relay.
There. Not bad, Miss Drew. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Alright, what else do we have going on here?
Check. That's done. Can't check that off till it's done. Can't check that off till it's done. That's done. Check. That's done.
Okay, so we have to go to the bank. Wait, what was the other thing that I had in my mind? We have to go to the bank and... Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the article one more time now that we've seen the puzzle.
I've seen these symbols before. On that big clock.
What on
in the
earth
attic
kind of
the
pattern
carriage
is that?
house.
I genuinely couldn't tell you. An atrocious one.
Got to remember to pick up that package at the telegraph office for
Pick it up
Dad.
after you solve the mystery. I don't want to do telegrams. I feel like we should do one telegram just for the sake of doing it. But okay, we've got half a tank of gas left. We should be fine with the chase at the end. But Nancy's going to mention it in a moment.
I've only got half a tank of gas left. I should gas up before I forget.
How's the dress coming?
Great, I did it myself.
This is beautiful. Thank you. Now let's see if that key you found opens up Josiah's safe deposit box. That was Josiah's key, all right. But that is not Josiah's will.
It looks like some kind of journal. Would it be okay if I kept this?
If it was money or jewelry or something like that, I'd turn it over to Topham. But a journal? Finders keepers, as far as I'm concerned. I'll be at my desk if you need me.
I don't think that's how that works. Okay, so we know it's the record and the sound effects in that.
It's locked. Naturally.
It's locked. And we know it spells out Goodfellow.
Flute, 7.025 megahertz. Puck. That's who Josiah played in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, he's totally sketch. Like, oh yeah, you can open this other person's safe deposit box and also keep what's inside it. That's kosher. Flute knows me as Puck. May 9th, 1929? So that's supposed to be 19 or 20? That's a 2, right? Yeah, 29.
7.057 megahertz.
Gave his cue and told him what he was supposed to say in reply. He thought it was a joke, but that's okay. I can trust him. May 10th, 1929. He was in a foul mood, but I told him his cue and gave him his reply. I told him to write it down, and he did, because I could hear his pen scratching on the paper.
Bisbee, 7.050 megahertz.
May 13th, 1929. I gave her her line, then had her say it over and over till she knew it by heart. She knows the cue line, too. Don't have to worry about her.
Anything else I can do for you?
I guess I'll be going.
Nice talking to you.
Okay. We already looked at that, though.
I'm finished with that. Check. I'm finished with that. I haven't done that yet.
I mean, technically I have. Where's the other one? Is it all the way down here? Yeah, it is.
Can't check that off till it's
Still,
done.
I don't know what I need to do to check that off. Okay.
I'm finished with that.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Lilac Inn, talk to Topham, even though I don't think we need to do that, but it's on the task list, so let's see what happens. And then we're gonna do the radio. We're like getting to the end here.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hi, Mr. Topham.
Oh, we didn't call Bess and George at all.
Now what?
Oh, okay.
It was nice talking to you.
So I guess I don't
knew
need to
you were
ask
going
him
to
since
say
I already looked at it.
A little psychic humor.
Can't check that off till it's...
Okay, well, I guess that's just not something that we need to do. But what we do need to do, oops, is go in here. I'm so, like, grateful that you don't have to put that in every time. guys ever called the other random numbers on the ham radio? Oh, get in there. There we go. Okay, let's call Flute
Looks like
first.
Josiah was a ham radio operator. Hello? Flute? Are you there?
This is Flute, but you sure don't sound like Puck.
I love how everybody's just at their ham radio.
My name's Nancy Drew.
They're just sitting there ready to answer.
Well, I'm pretty sure Puck's real name was Josiah Crowley, and I hate to say it, but he passed away earlier this year.
Ah, that's a shame. Heck, I never got to give him his sentence.
What sentence is that?
Well, see, a while back, Puck dictated a sentence to me and told me that if and when he recited a certain passage from Shakespeare, I was to respond with that sentence. Weird fellow, that Puck.
If I tell you the passage, will you tell me the sentence?
Well, yeah, sure, I guess. Especially seeing as Puck's no longer with us.
Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
That's it. Here, let me check my logbook for the response. Now I'm supposed to say, leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about.
Leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about?
Those were Puck's exact words.
Is Flute your real name?
No, it's just what Puck insisted on calling me. What'd you say his real name was?
Josiah Crowley.
Strange. I never heard of him.
Why is that strange?
He led me to believe he was this big cheese out in Hollywood. You know, some famous producer, director.
He just lies.
Said he owned his own studio.
He just casually lies to everybody. No big deal.
And he certainly didn't live in Hollywood.
I'll be darned. So he was just
Heaven forbid a guy should have a hobby.
Well, that's all right. I may have told him a fib or three over the years myself. Like the time I told him I was a scratch golfer. I don't even know what that means. In any case, hope I've been of some help. Over and out.
Okay, we'll call Pyramus next.
Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
This is Pyramus.
This is Pyramus.
My name's Nancy Drew. Does somebody named Puck usually call you on this frequency?
Somebody named Puck.
I know, he really does sound so nice and like fun. Like he's just like he's playing along. He sounds like he's kind.
He
He's
passed away
just
not too long ago.
I don't know. Maybe just like a lonely guy looking for friends on the ham radio. I'm gonna make myself sad
I'm
again.
a friend of his. I found your name and radio frequency in his journal.
But yeah, I enjoy Flute.
Did Puck, ever ask you to tell him something whenever he read a certain passage from Shakespeare?
Whenever he rattled off this Shakespeare quote, I was supposed to rattle off this stupid saying he gave me.
Pyramus not so much.
Long story. But if I
Doesn't
were to
sound
rattle
as
off the
fun.
quote, there's no reason why you can't tell me the stupid saying, right?
Well, come to think of it, he never said the quote had to come from him. So, yeah, I guess I could tell you.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night.
How'd you know?
Long story. What did he tell you to say in response?
Wait a minute. I had to write it down. Here, you're gonna love this. A barking dog would do
This
well
game has
to
really good
hold
voice
his
actors.
tongue in a
Like the voice acting in this game is really good. We get a lot of really variable characters, different accents, different like personalities. I really like the
appreciate your
game,
help.
the voice acting in this game.
What kind of car did Puck drive? Do you know?
I don't think he had a car.
And he tried to tell me he was rich. Over and out.
So Josiah was just like the OG lying online. Okay, who are we missing? Thisbe. This is Thisbe. Actually, before we call Thisbe, just because I don't know if I want to call the other ones first.
I hear you loud and clear. Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew.
But yeah,
Nancy
1930.
Drew? What kind of handle's that?
It's not a handle. It's my real name.
Just get set up?
Set up?
Your radio. You just set up your radio?
Actually, it's someone else's, or it used to be.
Ah, so you don't know what you're doing?
Sure I do.
Well, a word to the wise, sweetheart. Anybody asks who you are, either use
Yeah,
phone
don't
letters
use your
or
real
make up a
name online,
No need
Nancy.
to go broadcasting your real moniker all over the country. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Over and out.
Can we call him again? No, I think that's it. Okay, let's call the other guy then.
This is Southern Wind. Who's this?
My name's Nance. This is,
Eastern Seagull, Westerly Breeze. Let's go with Northern Light.
Kinda dopey sounding, if you ask me, but I've heard worse, I suppose. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm from a mid-sized town in the Midwest.
You are, huh? Me, I'm a Southerner, through and through. Yes, sir, born and raised in Fort Smith, Arkansas. You got brothers and sisters?
No, as a matter of fact,
That's too bad. Me, I had an older brother and sister, and a younger brother and sister. There I was, right smack dab in the middle. Did I get picked on by the older ones? You bet I did. Why, my older brother, Simon was his name. I say was because he unfortunately passed on 3 years ago. Influenza. Had a real bad outbreak around these parts back then, don't you know? Anywho.
I think I've heard enough.
Yeah, heaven forbid somebody talk about their family as you talk about your dad and your mom every opportunity you get. Okay, let's see. I think we can talk to him one more time. Like, I think if we tune back in, he just keeps his story going. Oh, wait, that was already right. Whoops.
Oh, Simon,
Yeah.
he'd drop all sorts of things into my crib on a regular basis when I was but a babe. Turtles, salamanders.
His mom didn't even die.
Like to watch me put 'em in my mouth. That is, when I could catch 'em.
Boring.
Which, fortunately for me, I guess, wasn't that often. Crickets are fast, see? So are toads. And salamanders, what they lack in speed, they make up for in slime. Real hard to get a grip on. Especially when your fingers are only yay big.
He reminds me of the old
Now,
timer
turtles I could
in
catch,
Last
but
Train
they'd
to Blue Moon
pull their
Canyon.
heads inside, see? Their tails, too. And their claws may have been tiny, but they was sharp, so I knew better than to mess with their feet. Most I ever got in my mouth was the shell. And then I'd just kinda gum it. Ma caught me once gnawing on a turtle in my crib, and I can still remember the licking she gave old Simon. I got a real good memory, see? Probably because Ma used to make me read to my younger brother and sister. While she was at her weekly sewing bee. Always working on some quilt or another, Ma was. Used all these scraps of material, see? In fact, whenever we'd wear out a shirt or something,
I don't think I let him talk for this long.
Buell, since he got all the
Buell?
Anyway, she
Wait,
cut
is
up
this the
all our
old timer?
shirts, and the next thing we knew, there they'd be. All these little squares in a brand new quilt. My older sister got all the quilts when Ma passed on, which was about 8 years ago. Consumption, they said. Although I still think it was pneumonia from the cold she caught while taking care of my younger sister's baby niece.
Wait, Kimmy, can you look and see if this is the same voice actor?
That's what we call our older sister, short for Priscilla, see. I talked Prissy into giving me one of Ma's quilts, and now when I go to sleep under it, it's like I'm wearing all the clothes from my childhood again. Brings back all sorts of memories, yes sir, like the time my younger sister Flo put the dog in Ma's brand new wash tub. The dog, whose name was Bo, or was it Boo? No, it was Buck. Buck was shedding at the time. See,
How long does this
shedding
go on?
bad. So from then on, all our clothes had dog hair on them, no matter how many times Ma'd scrub 'em, or how stiff a wind was blowing when she hung 'em out to dry.
Oh, there we go. That's the end. Well, thanks for the story, Buell's brother. Okay, now we have to call Thisbe.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Speak to me. Hello?
I'm Thisbe, but only Pop calls me that. Who's this?
my name's Nancy Drew. I'm afraid I have some bad news about Puck.
Oh dear, they closed the play he was starring in, didn't they? That's why I haven't heard from him. He's too far down in the dumps. Oh, I was afraid it was something like that.
Actually, you haven't heard from him because he passed away several months ago.
Oh my, that's worse, isn't it? And after all that rigmarole
that's
he went
worse.
through, making sure I knew my line and understood my cue?
Your cue?
Yes, you see, Puck.
Why is she saying that like she doesn't know exactly what she means?
Puck wanted to share his love of acting with me, so he gave me a line to say, a very curious line I might add, and told me to repeat it only after I heard my cue, a passage written by Mr. William Shakespeare.
So if I cue you with a passage, you'll
Not
respond
totally
with
sure
a
if that
line
guy
he
was
gave
under
you to
additional
say?
voices. Chris Spot. I think the old timer was Jonah von Sprecken, who's Frank. So if I think Frank voices the old timer. So if Jonah von Sprecken is under old clock credits for additional voices, that probably was him. So that's probably okay, am I going crazy? The old timer, how is he connected to Buell in Last Train? Are they friends? Because in here they're brothers. I can't even think. Okay, wait. What's this bee's line? If we shadows have offended.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
That's what I was to say, although my delivery was much better when Puck was coaching me. And now, as Puck was fond of saying, I bid you adieu. Over and out.
Okay, so I think this is all we have left to do, but let's check. I don't think we can check that off. I don't know what else we were supposed to be missing.
Can't check that off till it's done. That's done. I haven't done that yet.
And we're not going to do that, I guess.
That's done. That's done. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that.
Okay.
Flute is a character in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
So flute, we've got leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about. And then Thisbe, the authorities are alert for bad water. No, it's good water. Wait. Bad water. So do not go this way. Pyramus, a barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood. And then bottom, you are a kind lady who sparkles like good water and makes me think that the sky's the limit. All right. Flute, Thisbe, Pyramus. I'm just switching something in my notes real quick. Just the order that they show up here. Okay. All right. Your goal is to reach the end of the path and to land exactly on the last spot on the board. No going over. Each card can only be used once. You do not need to use all of the cards. To take a shortcut, you must be on a spot with a picture on it and use the same picture to take the pathway. Good luck. All right, so we are gonna go and use this shortcut because this is a fabulous shortcut. And I don't know that we need to use the butterfly shortcut because that doesn't really... What is the butterfly? 9? You're not even skipping as many as you'd get to do. So let's do the moon. But then we're not going to do the butterfly. But we want to get here. So 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this is a bridge we definitely want to use. And we want to use this one too. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And, oh shoot, wait. Do we not use the drop? Wait a second. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we need 21. If we do 9, 16. Oh, I thought I clicked it. 18, 19, 20. Can we do that? Yeah, there we go. Just don't use the heart.
Whoa!
I love how she like gives that little exclamation of "whoa" for that, but not the like production downstairs. Take this to Tiny Town, our favorite. We do so well at Tiny Town. Take this to Tiny Town, and for oodles of fun, use it there to hit a hole in one. Okay.
That's done.
Okay. I don't know. It bothers me when like I can't check things off before the end of the game, and I don't think I'm going to be able to check two things off here.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, is there anybody else that we should like talk to or anything else we should do before we kind of hit endgame here? Let's see if Topham has anything else to say.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hi, Mr. Topham.
Hi, Mr. Topham.
Now what?
It was nice talking to you.
Okay, he has nothing to
sure
say.
It was.
Let's go talk to Jane and Emily one more time.
What's cooking?
Well,
Nothing
I'll
to
talk
say
to you
there.
later.
Alrighty dighty.
Okay, should we do like one telegram? Because it almost feels wrong to like. Okay, did the picture stop? The picture did stop moving. Sketchy for sure. Oh, and Emily's not even here. I don't think she comes back. So nobody has anything left to say. I think we'll deliver one telegram because we should pick up the papers for Dad.
Got to remember to pick up that package at the telegraph office for Dad.
So we'll do that, deliver one telegram, and then we're going to come back and we're going to play golf and do endgame. We're going to save our game. Just in case we're like low on gas. I'm scared about that. Okay. It's over here.
Something I can do for you?
Well, my name's Nancy Drew, and my father
Say
said
no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers. They're in that envelope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say, is that your
Shy.
Yes, it is. Did I park somewhere I shouldn't have?
No, it's just that my regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams. How would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean you want me to deliver them for you?
You've got a car, you're trustworthy.
Oh my gosh, a raid! Hi, raiders!
I'll pay you 25 cents each
Hello.
time you complete a delivery, and you might even get some tips.
We are running one telegram, and then we are going to go do our... Oh, we can say, no, I don't think so, and not get the telegram? I thought you had to. But we're going to do one.
Okay, sure.
We're going to do one, and then we're going to go get our hole in one, and we're wrapping up the game. Jake, I know! It's my last affiliate requirement that I have to meet. I've met all the other affiliate requirements, so I just have to get to 50 followers, and I'll be able to be an affiliate, which I'm real excited about. All right, so we're going to the nursery, which is... No, is it down here? Is the cow in the way? The cow's in the way. Yeah, if you guys feel like following along, that would be fabulous. We've got a busy May coming up. Where's the nursery? It's down by the Lilac Inn. We've got a busy May coming up. May has 5 games in it. This is our second.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd tip you. But
We
as
played
you
Secrets
can
Can
see,
Kill
my hands are
earlier
filthy.
this week. We're
What are you
doing
I'm
finishing
trying to doll
Secret of the
up
Old
some of
Clock
my
today,
clients
and then
before
we
this guy named
have
Mr. Martin comes in. He's a big cheese at some oil
I know we
company, and
have
I'm
2
hoping
more before
Did that plant just
Legend of the
bite you?
Crystal Skull, but of course that's the one that I'm most excited for.
I think I'll be going
We've
now.
got Trail of the
Bye.
Twister next, and after that, Haunting of Castle Malloy. And then we have Legend of the Crystal Skull. So we've got 3 more games to play in May, so it's going to be a busy month. And I am going to be starting some Alibi and Ashes speedrun practice. So it's going to be fun. Okay, let's go get our hole-in-one. I'm kind of surprised that there's nothing on the checklist about picking up the package. Oh, I've done Alibi and Ashes before. I did it for the relay. So I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to do it again.
Another safe deposit box key?
I love how Nancy just automatically knows that that's a safe deposit box key. Oh, got turned around. Like that couldn't possibly be anything but a safe deposit box key. I was gonna say, I think you might have known that. But yeah, I did. This is the other one that I actually ran. I did this one and Alibi and Ashes in the relay. So I'm really excited to do Alibi and Ashes again though for the speedathon. So everybody should come join the speedathon. It's happening in July. Really, really excited. This will be my second time running in the speedathon, but I co-hosted last year as
Just
well.
go back to River Heights, Nancy.
But I think I know where the real Will is.
It doesn't matter. I can't run the inn anyway. I'm going to have
Only
to
one
sell.
more follower
What do you
till
mean?
50?
I took a
Oh, I'm
nap
so
after I got back
excited.
from running errands, and when I woke up, this
Yeah,
was in my
Professor
hand.
Hotchkiss
It's
variant.
Like the necklaces that I thought had been stolen. I have no idea how it got
that
there. I
was
must do things and not remember.
Tam
All this
dubbed me
responsibility on top of
the
losing Mom.
young
I
hot
can't
version
cope
of
with it.
Professor
I'm having
Hotchkiss. So
what Jane call it, a nervous
it gets a
breakdown.
mention in my
Emily,
bio.
just
She's one of my
listen to me.
favorites, so I'm
I don't wanna
always
talk
happy to be
anymore.
compared to
Go
Professor
home.
Hotchkiss.
You're
I
just
love
making
her.
things worse.
You're gonna be running. What are you running, JCat? Sub goal met! 50 out of 50! Oh, I'm so excited! Thank you, guys! How fun! Oh, I'm real excited! Thank you so much! Oh, what a fun way to wrap up the stream! Yay, thank you! Oh, how fun! I love you guys. The Clue crew is amazing. I love this community so much. Y'all are such a comfort for me. Yay! Thank you! I love the emotes. Amazing. Oh, this is so great. Okay, we are getting to endgame, and our gas is getting questionably low, so we'll see. I'm genuinely curious if you can run out of gas during the chase. I hope not.
I lied before.
Yes, my
That's just when I
celebration
said the
is
bank
the
was doing
awesome
fine and it's
jazzy
really
Secret
not.
of the Old
But when I
Clock
said that wasn't
soundtrack.
my car you
We're
saw
celebrating
parked outside the inn today.
1930s
I
style
parked it there because I
tonight.
didn't want anyone to
I
know
love
that I was
it.
at Richard Topham's
Yes, thank you so
begging
much
him
for
for
coming in
money.
with the
This
raid.
bank
I
is in
really
truly
appreciate
dire
it. It was so
financial straits.
fun.
And if anyone finds
I've
out,
never had so many
Mr.
viewers
Archer,
at
I
once.
already knew you were at Richard Topham's today.
So
I
it's
saw
really,
your
really
name in his
fun. Thank you so
calendar.
much.
So what can I do for you?
Oh, you're running this game. Oh, how fun. Oh, in a race. Gas is low, just go eat some dairy. I mean, that is one possible solution.
Impossible. Josiah only had one box, and you've already opened it.
Can you tell me whose key this is?
But this
It
has to
is
be
one of
Josiah's
ours.
key.
Where did you
Like,
get
there's
it?
nothing
I
on it to
won it
indicate
playing
it's a
golf
safety
at
deposit
Josiah's
box
with a
key.
special
But I'm
ball.
glad Nancy
I
just
had
has
to
that
ace one of the
knowledge.
holes.
Why does that sound familiar? I know why. That's what Clara always called me.
Her ace in the hole.
That's who this key belongs to, Clara Pickford.
I'm so glad that we figure out that Clara Pickford is Josiah Crowley, because otherwise this would very much be a Mitch Dillon situation.
Clara Pickford was really Josiah Crowley in disguise.
Apparently, he loved playing tricks like that on people and hiding things right under their noses.
The Last Will and Testament of Josiah M. Crowley.
I wonder what this is. Gloria Dowd, now Crandall, and Jane Willoughby, circa 1912.
Jane Willoughby? That doesn't look the least bit like Jane Willoughby.
No, it certainly doesn't.
I'd better get back to the Lilac Inn and have a talk with her right now.
Oh boy. Here we go, guys.
Move out of the way, would you please? I'm kind of in a hurry.
You're not going anywhere.
She has
till
honestly
you
one
tell
of the
me
most
who you
iconic
really
voices
are.
in the games.
What are you talking about?
I just saw a picture of Jane
Like, you're never
Willoughby,
gonna get her
the
voice
real
confused with
Jane
anybody
Willoughby.
else.
It's been swell knowing you, sister.
Shout out to the, like, evil stepsister from Shrek makeup.
I can't let Jane out of my sight.
I really would like to know if anybody has run out of gas during the car chase, or if it doesn't matter at this point. Because that would be a terrible way to soft lock the game. This is so much easier than on Senior, because I played it on Senior for the relay for speedrunning, because there's like a couple of tiny little time cuts with that, but this is so much easier. I kept like almost losing her. I had to practice this end chase so many times on Senior because she's like drives really fast. But here I'm like basically on her tail.
She's heading for the state line. I know. I'll take a shortcut and head her off.
Oh. Yeah, I think the gas stays frozen at the end. It didn't move at all during that run. Yeah, it's such a fun ending, honestly. Like a car chase.
Why couldn't you just mind your own
I love
business?
it. Similar to how in Shattered Medallion, the point tallies automatically change to match yours to force a tiebreaker. Yeah, which frustrated me during my first run, because I was like, oh, I really have to get points, but turns out it doesn't matter at all. Also, this is the only game where Nancy's stationery is different.
So she could steal Emily's valuables, but so she could convince Emily that she was incapable of running Lilac Inn. And that she should
I always enjoy these ending letters because, in my mind, everything that we see here is included in the letter or the package, so she's just casually sending Gloria's jewelry and Josiah's last will and testament and this picture that she took of Jim Archer.
And from now on, he'll be able to buy his wife a new dress anytime he wants. As for Richard Topham,
and this picture of Richard Topham.
Although Topham still refuses
Considering
to
how inconvenient it was to take photos back in 1930, I like the idea of Nancy pulling out this big old camera to take these pictures. Yeah, she hasn't gotten her personalized stationery just yet.
Slightly damaged cherry pie. Wait till you hear that part of the story. As always, Nancy.
As always, Nancy. All right, let's find out what we got. Hey, sassy detective. Congratulations on cracking the case. You've been awarded the title of Puzzle Pro for solving puzzles at lightning speed. This is a great award, but I kind of feel like I always get it. Just because I do these puzzles really quickly because I know this game so well. So I'm always curious what other awards there are. So for this run, I think this was the first time that I tuned into the like bonus ham radio where you would just listen to the guy go on and on and on, and he references Buell, which I had never heard before, and I think that it was voiced by Jonah von Sprecken, who I believe also voices the old timer in the next game, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. So I just thought it was a fun little like early Easter egg about like, hey, like here's what's to come, but you never actually have to find it. Yeah. If you go to on the ham radio when you're supposed to be calling like Pyramus, Flute, and Thisbe, if you go to frequency 7.048, you listen to this guy who just drones on and on and on, and eventually Nancy's just like, I've heard enough, but you can tune back in and keep listening to him until eventually it statics out. And he mentions his brother being Buell, which is pretty cool. Frank and Joe Hardy and guest are invited to join Miss Laurie Gerard for a journey aboard Hurley's Comet. The train will depart track 7 at Union Station. Last train to Blue Moon Canyon. Blue Moon Canyon, I think we play Last Train. I think it's just a generic winter game, so we'll plug that in probably in December. And that is Secret of the Old Clock. So, thank you guys so much for joining. This was a really exciting stream. I hit 50 followers. You guys rated. It was amazing. Thank you so much for joining and for being part of this. This was really, really exciting. So next game that we're going to be playing is going to be Trail of the Twister, followed by Haunting of Castle Malloy, followed by Legend of the Crystal Skull. So those are the games that we are knocking out before the end of the month. I think Wednesdays are going to be a good streaming day for me. So not next week because I have a book club, but I think the next 2 Wednesdays I'll probably be streaming, and I'll do a weekend or 2 as well. And now I think that I'm an affiliate, I should be able to actually schedule individual streams, because that has been a huge obstacle for me of only being able to schedule a recurring stream, and I haven't had a regular enough schedule to do that. So, should be exciting. Your 100 follower Kahoot went so well. You've been working on making another for 200 followers, and that's definitely a Kahoot kind of question. Oh, I'm happy to help. I will keep it to myself. I think it's a fun fact that I don't think many people know about. I only happened upon it because I literally went through every single possible ham radio frequency, and there's 2 little bonus ones that you can happen upon. So yeah, so that's it. That's Secret of the Old Clock. Thank you guys so much. This was a really, really fun stream. I will, I think, now be able to actually put in my schedule when the next stream is going to be. So I hope you guys look out for that. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for rating. Thank you for being part of our stream today. This was real, real fun. I hope you guys have a really, really nice rest of your evening or your night, depending where you are. And I hope to see you guys next time.